Welcome to another episode of Hong Kong House of Cards. Today, this scene is taking place just after the Land of 8 Million Awkward Moments scene with Hai Ying and Jin heading to the museum. Jin asked Jia Ying if she would take him here so he could meet some of the Shen and Wai Goren. And that's where we'll begin our scene with them entering the museum itself.
She'll, lead him to the museum and then look to him and, as they enter and go, "If you have any weapons, it is best to leave them with the security guard. Otherwise, things could get messy later on if anyone figures out."
He nods. Unfortunately, I did not see any reason to bring Mizufune's grace, so the only weapons I have on me are the ones that cannot be taken away.
See, just thought I should warn you first.
And I thank you.
Not a problem. Then she'll look around, not seeing, since Kim isn't in here, so I can't really get you a key card.
He already has one. The Mandarin gave him one, actually.
I thought the Mandarin gave him an invitation.
So he specifically stated that he gave a key card for the VIP lounge at the museum.
Okay, cool. In that case, those two will just head up there then.
Okay. And I think even if he didn't, you could just come up to the dude, hey, I said, yeah, he's cool, and he could get one. So.
Okay.
But yeah, they're heading up there. He's got his fan out again, just lightly fanning himself as he's going up.
You must get really hot with how often you fan yourself.
Tis more of a habit that I developed. I think.
You say so. Yeah, I guess by that time they'll arrive and head into the lounge.
He'll take a look around the VIP lounge and seems to be taking it all in, still with his back ramrod straight. It doesn't even seem like there's any bends in his body. He just... This is an interesting place indeed.
It is, yes. It's decent enough, I suppose.
Let us see if some of the Shen or Wai Goren decide to make an appearance.
Indeed.
At that auspicious moment.
Loud. Outside. Yes. Take welcome. And just wobbles in and looks at the guard. Hands over. Very carefully hands over his hammer. His little puppet hammer, and nods to the guards and head on up.
Yeah, I don't imagine they'd stop you, so it should be good just to...
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why they're stopping it.
Unless Tank's been bad in other scenes. And he's murdering people or something.
Oh. But when the doors open, he's wearing a looks like a white shirt that's kind of a few buttons are unbuttoned, a tie that's loosened. He looks But you two, who I don't know, have Tank ever met you two before?
I don't believe so.
I don't know if. Yeah, and I know he's not met this character because this character was literally approved yesterday.
Wait, Tank, Jiaying and Tank have met before. He walked into Haishin's shop and she got all flustered when he started bowing to her and calling her my lady when she said she was a
Oh,
noble.
right, yes.
Yeah.
Ah, my dear parties.
Jiaying.
Zhaying, yes, Lady Zhaying.
No need to call me Lady Tank. Jiaying is just fine.
Okay, Lady Zhaying. I mean, go to the bar. Who's your friend? I never met him before.
I am Liang Jin, court here. It is a pleasure to meet you. The man is about 6 feet tall, which is fairly tall for where he comes from, and he's got a long white traditional overcoat on, with wearing robes. He's got a fan. He's got long hair that's actually not bound. It's running free down his back. It's long black hair, and he just gives a formal bow to Tank.
Tank will, give a bow back and says, "My name is." Where did this come from? He said, "My name is Thầy, but that I'll look at the my name is Tank. Just Guy Tank. That's what. And yeah, I'm from the Cups. My brain's dying. I'm sorry. My brain's moved.
Add a character, you're good.
Yeah, I know. I'm from the Cups, I guess you can call them.
The dude nods. I like the name Tank. Tanks are good. They are under my control. I am
under
Jin.
nobody's control.
Oh. I presume not. Simply a figure of speech trying to diffuse the tension. My apologies.
There was no tension to start with.
He switches to Cantonese and says to Jiaying, "It appears I must work on my English. My words are getting mixed."
She'll reply in Cantonese. Do not worry. I do the same thing, but we should switch back to English. They find it rude.
He nods, and then he switches back to English. My apologies, Tank. English is not my first language, and I needed to ask in my native tongue what something meant, or if I was doing it correctly. I believe what I meant to say was I was trying to break the ice.
Oh. Okay then.
And as you offered your house, I believe it is called, I am also of the House of Cups.
Ah. Okay. Well, I see there were all cups here.
It would appear so.
Very interesting.
Indeed.
Are you part of the original cups, or are you part of what do you call that? Part of the more cups like Lady thing here.
Given this is Hong Kong, I would venture to say I am part of the original Cups.
He is a part of. He is like me, Tank.
Ah,
Would you like some tea, Tank? I think I will make some tea.
yes, I would love some tea.
He nods and he just goes through and starts going through the motions of making some tea. It does stand to mention that every movement this man makes seems very deliberate and regimented.
Ah. Very interesting.
So, how have you been, Tank?
I've been pretty good, actually. I've been working. And, yeah. I've been waiting to hear back from, just seeing how things been playing out.
I see. Where do you work, if I may ask?
I'm gonna have to ask Brett again. It was okay, I'll say it was some random nightclub. He works as basically a bouncer. I believe so.
Okay. She'll smile and nod. Ah, I see. How interesting.
Yeah.
At this point, Jin just comes back with 3 cups of tea and sets one down in front of each of them. There's still a pot of tea steeping on the stove. And he just sits down. He does stand for Jiaying. This is the first time you've ever seen Jin sit the whole time you've known him. All of the 12 hours you've known him. Like that.
She'll take the tea and nod her thanks before kind of arching an eyebrow when he finally sits. So you are able to sit. Here I thought you had a Here I thought you were unable to do so.
He covers his face with the fan as he just chuckles and then puts it down again. Indeed. Metal may bend, but it won't break if it does.
Indeed. But it will become brittle over time if it continues to be bent.
Well, then it must stay straight and rigid, for that lies its path.
Of course. Hey, well, for somebody who's as big as he is, he ever so gently grabs the edge of the teacup and gently drinks. So, did you just now wake up or come back from the trip? What brings you back to Hong Kong?
I have been awake for well over 17 years, but I have spent much of it working, hunting mortals who have done great evil.
Ah. Oh, by the way, just so you know, his eyes are very emerald green, and he has a slight blush, a very slight blue blush to his chin.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking at his flaws and oh, right. Oh.
So I presume I've never met one of your people before, Tank. It is quite interesting to meet you.
Ah, very same, I think, sir. Very kindly. I've always, look forward to meeting new people. I try to be as helpful as I can. But there is times where some people just want to see the world burn.
Hmm. Yes. Yes, there is. Some people are strange like that. I've seen many worldviews that are similar.
Yeah. The one that concerns me the most, though, are these werewolves. I don't mean to be ill with them or anything. I just worry that they might try to bite off more than you do.
Hmm. I
It
do not
worries
know.
me.
My apologies, Tang. I did not mean to attempt to interrupt you.
No. Like I said, I wasn't trying to be mean or big ill anybody. I already seen enough. He hesitated and he said it. Enough, pain and war. And I'm one of those people I don't really care to do battle unless I have to.
That is true. But better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war.
Of course. I try to do my best to, be very careful and, pick my fights, do minimal damage to my surrounding and my allies.
Yes, doing damage to your allies is unwise in the extreme.
Yeah.
At that, Jiang will kind of look over at him and chuckle.
He just hides his face behind, or his mouth behind the fan again as he chuckles again.
How princessy of you to hide your chuckles behind a fan.
As he closes it again. It is simply polite. Besides, one can have teas. There are metals that are not rigid and inflexible.
True. Gold is very malleable.
Yes, it is. And it is considered one of the most beautiful metals, is it not?
God, I was worried there for a second. Brett had up his ST, the lower third. It's like, oh God, we all about to die.
I mean, not really. That's... And Jin just he's just churning his tea and then takes a sip very deliberately. What do you like, Hong? What do you think of our lustrous city?
It's a very beautiful city, full of elegant art, wonderful, well, I won't say wonderful, very, he said a little bit, very interesting people, I want to say, that we said how to, hold on.
You're good, dude.
Anyway, very arrogant people, very, I want to say, interesting, very interesting alliance. Just leave it at that for me.
Yes, but here in the Middle Kingdom, from what I know, it is not unknown for Shen to make alliances.
Yes. I was thinking that it just, I don't appreciate it. I mean, I like it. That's the truthfully, I love the city. It's beautiful, especially at night. The civilians are very nice. The people here are nice. A lot better than where I'm from.
You come from across the sea, I see, I presume?
Yes. I'm originally
What
from
country?
America.
At that, Jin's eyes do this really weird thing where they churn the color of steel. Like literally, they churn steel colored, and then it just stays there for a moment, and then just fades away. He doesn't move or show any emotion, but like that's what happens.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm quite okay. Old memories. And the fan is now languidly fanning himself as he just takes another sip of his tea.
So are you one of these bio nobles?
I am not one who burns bright as a bonfire. I am one who is as strong as... Out of character, I'm having a tongue-tie moment. Give me just a second.
I know exactly how you feel, man. I've been having the same problem.
I feel you, man. Okay.
It's so tongue-tied.
See, when I do that, I usually play it off as Jiaying having trouble speaking English because Cantonese is her native language.
That is a good point. But he goes, I am one who is as strong and inflexible at times as the metal depths of the earth.
Steel?
Steel, silver, all metal is from the earth.
So are you kind of like a earthbender?
I do not know this term. If you wish a demonstration, he just stops a moment, searches through one of the cabinets, and then just comes back with like a little silver spoon or something, some kind of metal spoon, and sets it down.
Oh god, it's gonna be amazing.
And he's going to spend a Yugen from his talisman. You've got 2 fortunes. He's just doing a really basic effect. He's going to levitate it like a few inches in the air, which I believe that's a yin effect, Kim?
No.
I'm not even sure if you're like able to levitate it. I don't know what that'd be like. If you were morphing it into like a different thing, that would be yang. I know that for certain.
Okay. Well, essentially, I'll just shape it from a spoon into like or something. And he just sets it down in front of Tank and says a little haiku. Makes 3, and then I roll the dice. 7. Success. And so yeah, it turns into a fork for the scene.
Or was it a boon, or was it never a boon at all?
This is a demonstration of what is known as metal control. Sometimes just say metal control, but that is the best translation I think I can provide.
Huh. It is actually quite impressive. I'll have to give you that.
I try not to show off.
Elevator door will open and Arthur will walk in. For those of you who know what he looks like, his skin is actually more luminescent than before and his eyes are glowing slightly.
Arthur!
Everyone knows Logan.
By the way, for Arthur and Logan, I will describe the dude sitting at the the counter. He's about a 6 foot tall, you can't really tell if he's Japanese or Chinese. He's got long flowing hair that's not tied or anything, just free flowing over his back. An old overcoat with robes on underneath, holding a fan. Who simply looks in as you walk in.
Arthur's going to raise an eyebrow and look over at Jie Ying. One of yours?
Indeed. I assure you he will be of no problem.
Are you sure? Because, no offense, your kind have a habit of overstepping boundaries.
If I may ask of an example.
Jean.
I'm afraid I was not here when he was.
Should ask the Mandarin about him sometime.
I will make sure to do that. But I assure you, I have spent all day with Liang here, and he does not seem to be the kind to do anything rash.
I hope not. He's going to look up briefly. Did he? Well, he's going to look over to the obviously ancient-looking, like dressed like fucking an ancient warrior or some kind of. I'm trying to avoid the fact that your character looks a lot like Zhuge Liang and say,
Call him out.
I have no idea who that is, so.
Zhuge Liang, the general from The Romance of the Three Kingdoms. The guy with the
That
fan.
might be who he is. I just kind of pulled this picture off the internet, so.
Do it.
Yeah.
Brett, please do it. Call him on his face claim.
Listen here, Zhuge Liang. It's bad manners to go manipulating things in somebody else's home. I would think that your kind would know that sort of thing.
I apologize. I was simply demonstrating for someone who asked what I could do.
It's typically polite to ask the owner first, or to do it somewhere else. He's then going to look over at Jie Ying and say, "See, overstepping boundaries."
But I was not the one who walked in and began attacking verbally someone else who was
Jen.
ignorant of rules. And he'll
Please.
stop the moment she says his name.
All of a sudden, those eyes are glowing like moonlight.
Oh shit, dude. She'll quickly, bow and go, I apologize, Mr. Wainwright. I should have asked him not to do that. If you wish to get upset at anyone, get upset at me. If our presence here troubles you, then we will leave.
He'll clear his eyes. It's all right, Ms. Zhao. I would have hoped that somebody would have broached him on proper etiquette. I did not expect it to be you. However, being disrespectful to someone who has put his very flesh and blood on the line for this city multiple times is distressing.
I understand your concern, and as I said before, if anyone should be blamed, it should be me, for I did not tell him how to act, I suppose.
Guys,
And
He's going to look over at Logan.
I
Yes, Logan.
don't think it's that big of a deal. Logan will look over to Lang Jin and just ask, "You're not going to do it again, right?"
No, now that I know it is not polite, I will not do it again.
Logan will look on over. Seems like this is a relatively easily solved problem. Let's not overcomplicate it, yeah?
Arthur will nod, and then he'll hold out his hand, and it will lightly look like something is weighing upon it. The little ones get disturbed when people start manipulating reality inside their home.
All right. Maybe that's something we can go ahead and post up there for everyone to see. And possibly an audio recording for anyone that like can't see. Logan points to their own eyes.
Arthur will get a text message. Well, something will vibrate. He'll get his text message. He'll just look at it and say, and he'll look up at the cameras. I understand. I'll make sure that Adriana is compensated for myself for this discretion and indiscretion. And then he'll turn the phone off, or he'll put it away.
If there is a price that needs to be paid for this, then just allow me to know and I will do so. As I said,
It's
my
not.
fault.
It's not a price that you can pay. Unfortunately, it involves dealing with a lick. Prefer to keep your people away from that sort of a debt of honor to your Mandarin.
I see.
I've gained quite a lot of help from him, and we've done quite a lot for each other over the past year or so. So I've kind of taken it upon myself to watch over his children.
No disrespect, Arthur, but if there was offense caused, it is my duty to repay it however I can.
As I said, I'd rather you guys not become involved with the licks if it can be avoided.
Then it seems I owe you an honor or a debt. Forgive my English.
He'll shake his head. Such things are no longer a concern of mine. And he'll walk over to the kitchen, grab a root beer out, and pop it open, look over at Logan. Do you want anything to drink?
I'm good for right now, but thanks though.
He'll nod his head and look to the two of you. Have you guys gotten anything to drink? Anything to eat?
I have not, but I'm fine. Thank you, though.
How do you guys got tea?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, Kim has, really horrible memory. Okay, in that case, Jiaying will just kind of lift up a small teacup.
He'll nod.
Yeah.
He'll take a sip of the root beer, and you'll notice that the glow is lightly fading from his eyes. And they're starting to look normal again. By the way, for the metal dude, this guy looks like he is... His hair and his eyes are the color of molten silver. Which I thought would be something you would know, and probably something that your metal dude might comment on, just saying.
He's not going to comment on it because you're obviously not one of his people and he doesn't know what you are, so, you don't want to be rude, possibly offend, especially as he's already kind of been, rude.
Oh, speaking of people with weird eyes, there's someone with very gray, colorless eyes that aren't focusing on anything, and yet they're still able to move around really well, and they're just kind of chilling on the couch. Which may or may not.
He's at this.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, you're good.
I was just gonna say, which may or may not freak out Mr. Metal Noble a little more.
He's at this point fanning himself very lightly because it keeps him calm, and he's no idea what the fuck's going on.
Jiaying will lean over and whisper in Jin's ear in Cantonese. They are of the House of Pentacles. I am assuming one of our kind slighted them earlier, so I would be careful with what you do.
Nah, didn't really slight me.
He just nods to Jiaying, bows to Logan.
Arthur will make a
Ben.
slight trilling sound and pull something out of his pocket that nobody can see, because I'm assuming nobody has spirit sight up.
The one of the two fucking spheres I don't have now.
A little salty there about that.
A little really salty about that.
Because if you could see, you'd see Arthur feeding dove spirits.
Okay.
Essence. So.
Oh, by the way, only reason Logan could hear that is acute sense hearing. Also correspondence, also 3 dots of alertness. Also, I kind of may or may not have made this character to be a perception monkey on top of combat.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, when Jin bowed to froze up when he like finished the bow. Like he realized that was kind of a rude thing to do to a blind person,
Logan
and
just
he
kind of
just
says,
slowly stands up.
Logan just says, "There's no need to bow, dude."
My apologies, then. It is something I'm quite used to.
Right. Yeah, I know a few of. I hope your kind doesn't sound too insulting in this case.
It helps us to understand what you mean, so it is not insulting.
All right. Yeah, I know you guys have a real big emphasis on proper etiquette and stuff like that.
That depends on who you speak to. For some it is etiquette, for some it is simply...
Fair enough. Stands to reason that everyone has different views on it. There's a culture, after all.
Well, the individual in question that I mentioned earlier walked into this place and proceeded to tell the most powerful beings in the city how to do their business.
Well, I wasn't involved in that.
This Zahn, you said?
Yes. Yes, I believe he was one of the Earth Lords.
A Kamuko.
That- Jin just kind of looks at Jiaying. That seems rather out of character for one of the Kamuko.
Indeed. Oh,
Perhaps...
Well, he decided to take on a giant flesh-crafting monster and died for it. But
He blinks.
I
That
was
is-
told about that.
yeah, the same individual that was destroyed, and I currently have friends looking for his minions. You see, it wasn't like when we killed Celeste. When we killed Celeste, all the things that she made vanished from time and space, because that's what happened to her. He died a mortal death, and therefore all the things that he made are out there still.
Bows. In this case, if you need assistance hunting these creatures, then I would be glad to help.
Well, I believe the House of Staves is taking up responsibility on this. However, and his eyes will glow faintly again. There are none who escape the eyes of the moon.
Are these the same creatures that have caused the city to go on lockdown?
Yes. If you see anything that looks bone white, like something out of either a Lovecraftian or a... You guys never played the game StarCraft, did you?
What is... I feel that my very question answers your question.
Arthur's going to pull out a phone, or he's going to pull out his phone, he's going to Google a picture of a Zergling, he's going to show it to you guys.
About how large are these creatures?
About the size of a human being. A little more hunched over, more bladed hands, things like that. The real problem is the Vosht. I don't know where that thing is, but it's not pleasant. You see it, you're alone, you run away.
I will trust your expertise.
I don't want to see anybody get smushed into paste. Think of something the size of a VW bus upright with 5 arms, 4 legs, and the strength to bend City Hall.
What did you say this thing was again?
It's called a Vosht. It looks like your worst nightmare.
Although I'm probably going to call it #lifting goals. Shit.
I would not say that is my worst nightmare, but I do understand what you mean.
Yeah, we can hear you, Byron.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I can now. Sorry.
So Arthur's going to look over at Tank, who all of a sudden snapped out of his thing, and say, "Tank, buddy, how's everything in the court of the King Dartmouth?"
Interesting. Um, quite frankly, I haven't been really into the loop so much. I've been working at as a bouncer, but last I sorry, last I knew, there's some kind of new zodiac group that with the Fae or something.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember them.
Vikings.
I'm sorry. Are these the things that Jason said showed up at my godchild's baby shower?
Yeah, no, so get this. 11 people just kind of fucking roll up at this thing, right? They kind of just look at the pregnant chick. One of them just kind of does some weird ass fucking fate bullshit. And then they just kind of leave. And they just kind of were trying to be intimidating, but it just kind of came off as edgelordy.
So, what is an edgelord, if I may ask?
He's gonna look over at Logan. You brought it up, man.
Well, head on down to 5th Street at approximately 11 p.m. at night on Wednesdays. You'll see what edgelords are.
He kind of blinks at all these unfamiliar terms. He just kind of like switches to Cantonese. Perhaps you could explain it more easily in this language? I seem to be misunderstanding you.
Oh, sure thing, dude. Logan replies back in perfect Cantonese.
Switch, because he figured out that you can speak Cantonese already, so.
Yep. Yeah, so Logan will go ahead and switch over. If you head on down a few streets down, if you don't know StarCraft, how much are you in tune with Sword at the moment, if you catch my drift?
I have not been in a large population center in the last 17 years.
Okay.
The last time I was on the mortal plane was several hundred years ago.
Oh, several hundred. All right. If you head a few kilometers southwest from here, right before it's about to become a new day, you'll see what an edgelord is.
Ah, thank you. And he switches back to English. I thank you for accommodating my inexperience.
Goes back to English and says, "Hey, it's no problem. If you need another translation like that, don't hesitate to let me know."
I am in your debt.
Nah, dude, don't worry about it. It's just talking.
Arthur's just like explaining edgelord.
Well, Logan told him where he'd find the edgelord.
Okay.
No, I must ask, are these some form of nobility where proper etiquette must be observed when dealing with them?
Oh hell no! You can
No,
brag on those people
God,
as much as you want. Arthur's gonna look back at Tank and blink briefly. Has your skin turned a darker shade of blue? Byron?
Oh,
Byron.
sorry, I have it just muted.
Arthur looks at you and says, has your skin turned a darker shade of blue?
I don't know. He kind of looks like him. Did it? Do I look more blue to you guys?
It does indeed, dear. It looks like you
Actually-
might be cold.
Just so you know, Arthur is only looking at your dreaming self.
Oh,
So
Well, I
he
know-
looks normal to everybody else except for Arthur.
Well, he did say earlier when he came in how he described his character. He said his skin was a little had a bluish tinge to it.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm singing. So that's why you go, what? Oh, you do look a little bit more, whiter. More
Hides
ghostly.
his face behind the fan.
Yeah,
He's not chuckling, it's just like he's just hiding his face.
Are you okay, man?
Yeah, I've had to spend a little bit of time in Luna's realm lately. You know what proximity to the mother does to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
No,
Just
I meant your
way,
I meant your real skin. It's bluer than it usually is.
I can't distinguish colors, so
Hold on. Hold on. Arthur?
dude, I wouldn't be able to see it even if you showed me. It's fine.
Yeah, Tank.
Arthur? Can I pop the weird here?
I wouldn't. Mostly because it is technically a violation of what this place is.
Ah.
But I can
Okay.
see your real self.
Yeah, Logan can't see you because he's blind.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
that problem.
I don't know if I'm more blue. I will have to ask one of the other people who can see me by visual form. I don't know what to tell you right now. Now I'm kind of worried a little bit.
It looks fine on you. Don't worry about it.
Great, now take to worry about it. Should I go around asking the other team, do you like more blue than usual? Do you by chance get some more of those blunts?
Yep. Arthur will reach into his bag. Got you covered.
Excellent.
Are you asking for the good stuff or for the augmented stuff or for the healing stuff?
I haven't used any of my healing ones yet. I still got the 3 you gave me last time. So
Alright.
just the good stuff.
All right. Arthur's gonna pull out the augmented stuff. That's not the healing stuff, but just the really, really, really good stuff. He's gonna hand you 2 in a baggie and say, "Smoke them carefully. These are a little more potent than the last batch." I have Aradia tending to my plants now, and she's very free with the energy.
Oh boy. Hey, Alpha?
Yeah.
What do you know about Valhalla and the Vikings?
I've been there. They're cool. Vikings are actually really hot looking. Baldur's a bit of a pussy bitch. Thor's really broham. Really broham. Heimdall is like, let's just say he probably watches you masturbate, so you need to be careful about that.
Jin just asks, "Whom are these people to whom you are referring?"
Oh, Norse gods and their servants.
Well,
Odd question. What would I need to do to be allowed to visit Valhalla? To explain, recently I had I don't know if one would call it a vision or a memory, a lost memory of one of my past recently, and it got me very interested in the Vikings.
Well, I'd have to clear it with Heimdall. I actually probably have to clear it with Odin too. Whether or not you could go up there. Last time I was up there, Odin was not really in the talking sort of mood. Thor was handling all of his conversations for him. Let me get in touch with Heimdall, see if I can go up there and talk to them, and I'll let you know what I find out, okay?
Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate it.
No problem. Arthur's just like not an archmage, damn it. Arthur's just gonna take a drink of his soda and set it down and just be like, wonder what the normal mages are doing today.
the lightning people. Is that you refer to yourselves as mages?
Yeah, that's what Zahn used to call us, by the way. I understand it's your term for us, but he made it sound like it was an insult.
I mean no insult. It is simply the term I am most familiar with. I will attempt to acquaint myself with the usage of the term mage, if it makes you more comfortable.
See, just to make that super confusing, I've heard it be used in a positive way.
I guess it just depends on who's using it.
Yeah.
Zahn, you tell me I've seemed to be one of the outliers of our race.
Me personally, I didn't know him.
He
Things-
tried to come off as polite, but he was very condescending and held things over other people. And
Mr. Rainwright, I apologize for the wrongs that Zahn has done to you in the past, but I assure you that our kind, not all of us are like him.
he's just going to smile to Jiaying and say, "You and a few others of your kind have proven that quite admirably. There's no need to apologize for somebody that was not under your control when he was alive."
But if I may speak freely, you seem to continue bringing it up and throwing it back in our faces.
I apologize. I'm feeling Luna's judgment very closely lately. It's an unfortunate side effect of my condition.
It's fine. I do hope you get better soon. It is unfortunate.
He's just going to smile. Oh, my dear child. This is not something I can recover from. This is something I am becoming.
When one is blessed by an ancient power, it is usually good, but not always. But it is useless to fight either way.
Logan's not going to say anything to that.
So, Arthur, when this transformation is complete, are we gonna lose you forever?
Well,
Take
at that point, I
chapter 30?
can't exist on this plane anymore. I could probably manifest, but it's not going to be pleasant. Not to mention the fact that my very presence is going to increase the passions of the shifters
In a bad way or good way?
in a bad way.
Tank found. You go on the way he is now.
It's nothing that I can explain. It involves secrets of their own house. But yeah,
So, then how do we go to see you?
well, he's going to pull out a coin and hand it to Tank. If you hold this and you think on it, I will hear your thoughts.
Oh,
Hey, Logan, that looks very close to one of the task coins he gave you.
Oh, neat.
All the side chat. All the side chat.
sorry. He'll take it and he will say thank you, Arthur. I really appreciate this.
Well, not his head.
You are a good man.
I still have some time. I'm not sure what'll kick it off. It could very well be my death that will cause me to transform or something else.
So what do you get transformed into? What? Exactly.
A lunar avatar.
Oh.
At least that's what the mother tells me. I'll become one of her children.
Interesting.
Well, more so than I am now, yeah. Anyway, enough of this talk. There's still a long way to go and a lot of things that can gank me on the way. We
Stop doing the thing that aggravates this. As Logan throws hella shade.
There's like I actually haven't used those particular rotes in a long time. I've relied on other people to fight instead of calling upon the mother's blessing to do so.
Right.
He will pull out a grass pod, look at it, and then put it back into his pocket.
What is that, if I may ask?
My equivalent of a nuclear warhead.
Ah,
The
What
sort of
does
thing
a-
I
My
sort of thing I should not be
apologies.
using.
My apologies, but what is a nuclear warhead?
A weapon of mass destruction.
at this point, Jiaying's got to look over at Jen and just kind of shake her head. You and I are going to have a long talk and catch you up.
Might want to
Yes.
include the new leader of the Licks in that. I hear he's behind the times too.
What is... I do not know this phrase either. What is a lick?
Vampire, bloodsucker. They call themselves kindred or something. I've heard the term thrown around.
It is
Add a character, but are you just going to give us justification for like shifter lore and like
Nope.
kindred lore by accident?
Nope, I'm definitely holding back on this shit. Not at all.
Give the Hesian lore of how to kill people.
Pain.
Anyway, Logan was about to say something, so. What was Logan going to say? I interrupted him.
Oh, shit. I actually. Fuck. Oh, right. I remember now. Logan will say, that is slang, though. You know what an actual lick is, right? Like the literal meaning of the word lick?
To lick someone, yes, I know that word.
When he says lick, he means, and then he'll just say Cantonese for vampire.
Ah, yes.
However, lick can also mean, and then he'll use the Cantonese word for lick.
It just the look on this dude's face is just like, why is English so complicated?
Logan will say, "What? Wait, seriously? Like, you know how hard it was for me to learn Cantonese? Like, emphasis on a word changes its inherent meaning. Changes its
Of course.
meaning. Like that's something you never get used to. Well, no, let me take that back. It's something that quite a few people got used to. I think a couple of billion people got used to. But I digress.
And he just says, perhaps it is merely a difference of learning.
Yeah, Cantonese definitely was not my first language.
I must say, though, English isn't exactly the easiest. Your words look the same, yet are pronounced differently depending on the words around them, and it is quite infuriating.
Hey, I'm glad I don't live in the United States. They have to call it. They have a state, I believe, called Arkansas.
That's spelled Arkansas, yeah.
Yep.
That. Why?
To differentiate. I'm from a state called Connecticut, and if you guys think these languages are hard, and then he's going to trill, like this really musical, angelic tone, and then he'll stop and say, try speaking like that.
I wonder if it's as hard to speak as it is as hard to read the language of the heavens.
It's...
I mean, in my defense, it's hard for me to read in general.
I was just going to give Logan a look, realize that you can't see the look, and then say, I'm giving you this look of incredulity.
Logan will just shrug, smile.
Well, I must say, for someone who can't see, you were certainly drawing out those runes quite well in order to help me read.
You have bursts of luck sometimes.
Indeed.
Arthur's going to look over at Tank and say, oh, by the way, Adriana says we can't smoke in here.
Damn it!
How do you think I feel?
I was not even token here.
Yeah.
Like, well, like, what's this limited to?
Anything that creates smoke. That
An idea.
also... What?
I got an idea then, Arthur. We can get a vaporizer.
Some of it loses its potency when you use it in a vaporizer or a hookah.
I get something in here, man.
Don't get me wrong, it will still knock you on your ass, but it won't knock you on your ass as hard as it usually does.
I mean, that's fair. Well, sometimes you ain't looking to get knocked on your ass. Sometimes you just need mellower. Something to even out.
At Jiaying, it's like with this, he has this expression on his face. It's very passive, just the tiniest bit confused.
If you have questions, you can ask me later, okay?
Of course, Lady Jiaying.
Perhaps we can spar once again.
I would like that.
Arthur's going to walk over to Jiaying and hand her 3 blunts. If you're going to be sparring, you may need these.
She'll take them and then kind of look at them. For a moment, she'll... I mean, she looks like really confused. And like...
If you smoke one while injured, it will heal your injuries. It will also cleanse you of taints of otherworldly or poisonous means.
Oh.
But it can't heal death, so be careful.
Oh. Thank you, but I'm afraid I don't have a gift to give in return.
It's part of my duty as a healer to make sure that everybody has the necessary tools to take care of themselves.
Oh. Why, thank you so very much.
Very strong smell pot.
She'll just... My bad.
Oh, I was just going to say Logan knows that smell well.
Yeah. It follows Arthur around a lot.
She'll just kind of nod and put them in her purse. I should probably tell you, though, that our sparring matches, we rarely hit each other, and when we do, it just seems to be able to be brushed off. She'll look over at Jing and kind of chuckle.
Well, not just sparring, but if you get into a combat that seems dangerous, those can come in handy too.
Thank you.
There's a lot of bad stuff in the city. I don't know how much you guys are aware.
Yeah.
From what I
Apparently
have
not
seen
enough.
today, as Lady Jiaying says, it may not be enough.
Well, there's a vampire out there that's, I've heard, leaving bodies filled with plague.
What, that guy?
Arthur's going to look over at Logan. What?
Fuck that guy.
Do you owe me a story? I think you owe me a story.
You were there for it. You were on fucking Tony's shoulder.
Oh, that's right. Sometimes I forget.
Wait,
Oh, man.
you were sitting on this woman's shoulder?
Yes.
Tony is a very strong woman. She hits the gym quite often. She lifts.
She cut off a Liu Kang's head in one shot, so...
Yep.
Oh
That
my.
character, Liu Kang, that name, it's familiar. Why is it familiar?
Oh, wait, are you saying that in character or out?
Out of character.
Out of character, the Wu Kang are a craft of mages.
Oh, I thought you said Liu Kang.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Oh, if you're thinking Liu Kang, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that would be why it sounds familiar.
Yep.
My apologies.
It's all good, man.
That is odd. Are you normally carried by other people?
No, sometimes I fly.
Excuse me?
Sometimes I fly.
Lady Jiaying, perhaps it is not dissimilar to walking the elements.
No, I fly in the sky. But I can also walk through the spirit realms very easily. Well,
You
except for the
see-
ones that belong to the worm. Those are unpleasant.
Yeah, Mang's world right now.
You do see.
What?
You do see Jin's eyes just turn steel again as he just fans himself very quietly. He doesn't say anything. His face doesn't change, but his eyes get very steely again.
Mhm.
Like literal steel. They become literal steel.
You're not like Kirimori, are you?
Actually, no. That's gonna like if they become literal steel. Logan's gonna be like, why? Logan's gonna look over. Are you okay?
I am fine.
He does that every now and then.
You know, I knew one of your kind that had eyes that changed by the name of Kirimori. He was a metal lord.
One of the. He may have been one of my brothers. I do not know.
He's going to look over to Logan. How did he die again?
Drowned by acid.
Well, hot diggity daffodil. That's a really shitty way to go.
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad.
By blood acid, wasn't it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, dude jumped in the air and then just literally turned into acid and just kind of crashed on him. It was pretty bad.
This is why it pays to remember that even though we are gods, we are still mortal.
Yeah.
Doesn't that kind of preclude being a god, though?
Not necessarily.
There's a difference in being a god and being a kami.
Nah. All right.
Yeah.
Arthur's going to reach down and pet something, and then he's going to finish off his root beer. Can I get anybody else a drink?
Oh.
Fuck it, I'm down for a root beer.
Go pull out 2 root beers, look at Tank.
I'll take a root beer, why not?
Pull out a 3rd root beer, pop them all off. You two still good with your tea?
Yes, thank you.
We'll pass out the root beers to the people who want them and take another sip. Sit back down and start petting something that's not there.
Like, Logan's just going to keep seeing this, or perceiving it, rather, and they're just going to look around.
Oh, that's right. You have correspondence set up. Royal perception alertness.
Oh, okay. Not sure what sentence it's based on, but let's give it a whirl.
Hearing. Actually, it would be based off sight, but it's something that's going to ripple in your brain, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's interesting things happen. Anyway,
Yeah.
That's 2 successes. And pull up mine. There you go.
Awesome. So yeah, the way that his hand is moving, it's meeting resistance.
Something mad at you, bud?
When I mean resistance, I mean he's not just waving his hand through air. He's literally running his fingers through something.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Logan will just think to themselves like, yeah, he's done this since day one. Since I met him. Which is actually true. Like, I think in my first scene, Arthur was doing that shit.
Yeah, because he had just started exhibiting his duality. So.
Yep.
May I ask what you're doing, Mr. Rainwhite?
Oh, there's a wolf just wants pets.
Like a wolf or a wolfy wolf?
Well, he's a. What's the best way to describe it? He's one of the ancestor spirits of the Child of Gaia.
Who the fuck's a child of Gaia?
I don't know. But they like me and they follow me around sometimes. Not just them, but others.
Yeah, alright.
He's gonna reach into his backpack and pull out what looks like freshly baked chocolate chip cookies, and he's gonna say, "God damn it. Who keeps giving me these things?" He's gonna set them down on the counter.
Is it banana?
Oh, the chocolate chip cookies.
Oh.
Banana bread, cinnamon raisin bread. I swear, somebody's doing this just to mess with me.
Huh.
At this point, Jin is just like sipping his tea very, very quietly. He's very peacefully sipping his tea. His eyes have gone back to normal. He's just sipping his tea.
He's gonna
For that,
take
no.
what?
Are they at least good? Are they at least good cookies?
Take one, take a bite of it. Yeah, really good.
Then why complain?
No, I did put them in my backpack to begin with. This is the banana bread all over again.
Have I had banana bread before?
Yes, I was walking over to Belloc's yurt, and all of a sudden, there was banana bread in my hands.
Hey, it's all good. A grandmother I had never met showed up, so that was a thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
She kept telling me I never eat. And that's very obviously not true.
You are skinny as a rail. I'm surprised you eat as much as you do.
What can I say? I'm an active person.
I'm sure that helps. It's a good thing I'm as active as I am, or I'd be gaining weight again.
Xiaoying looks over at Logan and kind of smiles. I'm sure that all the community service you do really helps out.
I'm just gonna look over it. Logan, you've been doing community service? That's good of you.
Thank you.
Are these the type of services that require something being punched in the face?
Not always.
How much of the time?
Uh, 8 times out of 10 rather than 9.
It's something. Arthur's going to lean over to where his hand was and nod and pat something, and we'll sit back up straight.
Okay, hold on. Let me this. Oh, good.
Arthur's going to look over Tanks. Everything okay?
Yep. Well, you just stressing out? Are you still at blue in the mall?
I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen that form of yours, so it may just look bluer than it actually is. You haven't been any place really cold lately, have you?
No, not that I know.
I'm still getting used to seeing layers over layers over layers, so it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I'll try not to worry about it. You will try. But I can't make any guarantees.
It could be worse. You could be white.
I don't know. I think white looks pretty good.
No, I mean like sheet white.
Like you?
Ooh!
He's gonna look at his. I think this is more opalescent than white.
I mean, again, I can't distinguish between colors, but that was still a burn.
The fan is going very gently again.
He just smiles.
Actually, I don't... Okay, cool, because you... Figured you. I wasn't sure.
Just be glad you can't see what I really look like on the other side.
I'm actually curious now.
Can I grant sight to somebody who can't see?
Mine too.
Damn it, I don't have that.
It would be mine too plus the sight.
Yeah.
Also, I have but also like all it is like sight is just how the book references it. Like all it is spirit perception.
Well, he'd actually be trying to show you what he really looks like. So
Yeah. Like they wouldn't be able to see it, but they'd be able to figure it out somehow.
Yeah.
It's weird. The blind flaw is fucking weird.
yeah, it is. That's why it's so many points.
Exactly.
He's gonna look over at Tank. Do you want to see what I really look like?
Sure, why not? Can't be as terrifying as divorce. Or bit
Arthur's
happy.
going to whisper a prayer in a language nobody understands. Then he's going to look over at the camera and said, "This is not going to interfere with anything in this place. Do you understand?" The guy will just, or there will be no response from the video camera, at which point he'll go, "Okay, good." Oh, damn. I'm going to spend the willpower and go again. Dropping a willpower for, dropping quintessence to lower the difficulty.
Then get it.
There we go.
Hey.
All right, so I'm going to message you, Byron, what you're actually going to see. So.
Uh,
Logan will just say, "Why the fuck do I have the Jeopardy theme music stuck in my head?"
All right, your messaged you, Byron.
I got it.
Arthur's gonna take a swig of his root beer and set it down, grabbing another cookie. He's gonna offer the cookies to the two Chinese individuals. They're really quite good.
Zhang will take one and bite into it.
It's,
God.
it's like it's been fresh baked out of the oven.
Yeah, Jen will take one as well.
You know
Thank
that
you.
nice, gooey, chewy awesomeness?
Yeah, good cookies. She'll,
Okay.
yeah, she'll
Oh, God.
nod her thanks.
Tank
There.
Might as
will
well, Jen.
get up, walk over to Alpha, and Disney knock in his head.
Do what?
Tank is curious now. He'll get up, gently walk over, and very gently knock on Alpha's
Arthur's head. Okay,
Yeah.
everybody else hears the sound of flesh and bone knocking on flesh and bone. You hear the sound of breeing crystals.
Wait, I might have something for this. He runs back, grabs a fork, and hits you on the shoulder.
It reverberates. It's the same thing, like if you'd hit somebody in real life with a fork on a shoulder, because you're doing something with your senses. You're hitting real with real instead of hitting spiritual and real with spiritual and real.
Okay. I was just curious. Oh, that's
Arthur's going to look at Tank. Got a good look?
yes.
All right, and it's gone. You're probably going to have to blink because that was pretty bright.
Blinded by the light.
Damn it, Manfred Man.
Oh man.
Jin is just looking very confused at that whole scene.
Logan just kind of looks over at Jang or not Jang. I'm sorry. I don't know who the fuck I'm thinking of. To Lang. Is that how it's pronounced, by the way? Is it Lang?
Liang, but his first name is Jin.
Oh, okay. Logan will look at Jin then, and they'll say, there will come a time when this isn't seen as normal to you. Tonight is not that night, unfortunately.
I have already seen much in my short time here. I have already fought a servant of one of the Yama kings, and a very diverse cast of individuals.
Oh, Yama King, you mean those
Anymore.
Hessian enemy super demons, right?
The kings of 10,000 Hells, yes.
Just heard a
There's
little
a lot of demonic servants running around here, unfortunately, and those need to get killed.
Speaking of that, do you know if there's any progress on having the 3 individuals coming into town to finally repair the board?
That's something y'all are going to have to ask Adriana or the other members of the House of Staves. They're not members of my house. Apparently, the vampires have faith. And faith's so powerful they can do things with it.
I see.
Logan just kind of perks up, doesn't say anything, but Logan's just thinking that sounds literally exactly like us.
She'll nod. Then I will have to do that soon. The ward going back up is something I desperately wish to see.
Me too, considering the fact that the first pillar got taken down before I could get there to stop them.
I mean, does it absolutely have to take people with, I'll throw up air quotes, faith?
It was built originally by a gigantic faith ritual focused at keeping demons and demonic influence out of the city. This was due to the fact that we were almost defeated by minions of demonic powers.
I mean, that's fair. My question is that what's stopping us from doing another ritual?
Well, it's easier to repair a broken ritual than it is to create a brand new one without the power to enforce what we need to do. It took 3 individuals of outstanding faith to wreck that barrier into existence, consuming relics of potent power as well. If I ever find that lightning fucker, I'm going to burn him to death with Luna's grace. Sorry, that was salty. I apologize.
No. Salt keeps you strong.
That's also what.
Terminology is. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead. It's fine.
She was just gonna say, that their terminology was strange.
The guy literally called lightning out of the sky to fry me. At which point, I pulled Luna into my soul and, well, ended up the guest of the Akashic Brotherhood for about a month while I couldn't speak human anymore.
I meant the salt part.
Oh. Do you know what shade is?
It is what you stand in when you are under a tree on a sunny day.
Shade is also what you throw at people when they're doing something dumb and you're calling them out on it.
How do you throw it at them?
I've seen my friend Tony do it quite a few times. Go play a video game known as Overwatch.
Oh, salt is basically another word for bitterness and tone when you're talking to people. or talking about people that have caused said bitterness.
I see.
Interesting. Thank you for clearing that up for me.
Not as said. And Arthur will take another swig of his root beer and close his eyes and say, I remember when I first came to this city. All I had to worry about was technocracy. Then it turned into worrying about the technocracy and worrying about stupid idiots that were provoking the technocracy.
Provoking the technocracy is fun.
Not when they raid a construct without any thought to what was going to happen afterwards.
What's a construct?
You know how we have chantries?
Yeah.
The technocracy have buildings called constructs that work in the same way, that enforce their version of reality where we have our sanctums. Some of the more powerful constructs, like, say, Deepwater, have what's called static reality shell generators that completely... Oh, sorry, what?
No, Logan just says, that's right, Asuka mentioned those.
Yeah, static reality shell generator removes all other possibilities and enforces only the reality that the technocracy wishes.
Interesting.
That reminds me, actually. Logan will perk up. Those are a thing. Does anyone have any countermeasures against that? At all?
It's still a device. It can be destroyed.
Yeah, okay, there's destroying the generator itself, but look, I know me, and even if something just shuts down all my abilities, I can still whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to that. Find the generator, beat it to death with a sledgehammer. It won't have the properties that it needs to have to remain as stable as it should be. So the only other way is hack the system, hope that you're better than they are, and shut them down by remote.
I mean, but there's still a point A to point B scenario that's... How many... Is there any kind of offensive coordination amongst us yet?
Well, last I heard, there was the one of the vampires by the name of Marcus was trying to talk to everybody about how to defeat Zalish. That you guys kind of threw his whole plan into a wrench.
Ooh. Sorry about that.
It's okay. At least you didn't walk into his haven and knock.
Not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
It sounds like there's someone who did this.
Yeah.
That's how Jean died. He
Ah.
walked
Is this
into
what you
Zelish's
refer to as? Oh, my
Yeah, that's shade. That's shade, bro.
He walked up to with only himself and 3 other people. One of those people, by the way, is dead. The other one got landed in the hospital, and I'm still trying to see if he's going to get released. I think he's been released already. Min Zhao, I think his name is, or something like that. I keep wanting to call him Mint T, but I'm sure that's not appropriate.
I'll call him NT. It's fine.
What about the third? You mentioned 3 went with San.
Yeah, she was she was a member of my house that was rescued by an Archmagus.
See, good to hear at least one made it out alive.
Well, Min Zhao is more than likely safe. He may have a tail on him for a couple of days, so you may want to watch that. But I know how the technocracy operate. If they can't pin him to anything, they'll let him go, but watch him. Anyway, they decided to walk up to the door of the haven and the door then proceeded to eat him and injure everybody else. I still didn't find out what happened to Finn. I was told that he was captured, but then he died of a reaction to a chemical. The only thing I can think of is that they used the static reality shell on them to negate their powers, and he wasn't able to adjust to losing those, so who knows.
Possibly.
But from what I understand, Min was very badly injured when they took him in, and they're not going to just... The doctors wouldn't just let them kill him or something if he was still alive. So they probably helped him recuperate, but when you don't have the ability to regenerate, the injuries that you can take and that sort of thing can be pretty brutal. When you don't have access to magical healing, well, let's just say that I have a friend who wouldn't have an arm if I wasn't there to put it back on.
See,
Bit of advice: watch out if you're ever shooting a gun with explosive bullets that you don't misfire or jam it.
shooting is so.
I'm not a
You
fan of any
prefer-
kind of violence, but
I am a huge
What I've seen.
personally, but I.
My apologies.
Oh no, it's all good. I was just going to comment on how I kind of probably shouldn't shoot a gun. I'm going to anyway at some point, but not right now.
I'll be there to make sure whoever gets hit actually gets healed. Unless it's an enemy, at which point I'll let them go.
I wouldn't want to shoot at a random person.
Well, I'm just saying, given your abilities, you may or may not have a choice in who you shoot.
That's fair.
As Lady Jiaying was saying, our people don't prefer guns. We prefer classical weapons, one might say.
Classic weapons. But the most classical weapons is the knife.
I mean, if we want to go more classic than that, these hands.
That's true. Or a rock.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Finish repair and go up and get into small tea. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. He's gonna go point to small tea. Do you want some more tea?
No, thank you.
I would like some if you don't mind. Some more.
Of course, of course. He will come over and pour you a cup of tea.
Thank you very much.
Sure, you're welcome. So, tell me, okay, that's weird. Tell me, Lady Asmia, I like to learn. I like to, learn perhaps a little bit more about you guys' I guess, clan.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I said, tell me, Lady, Joanne, I'd like to learn more about your clan. There seem to be different types of you. Kind of like how there are different, how do I, there seem to be different sects of people. Kind of like how we, us Changelings, have different clans.
There are indeed. Oh, and as I keep telling everyone, there is no need to continue calling me lady. Jiaying is perfectly acceptable. But if you wish to learn more about my kind, in turn I would like to know more about yours. I believe that would be a fair exchange.
That'll work.
Perhaps at a later date then, when we're not surrounded by others.
That will work. So Arthur is quite trustworthy. Or is he? Kind of just turned to Arthur, smiling like he's joking.
What did you say?
I said Arthur is a trustworthy person. Or is he? And he just turned to Arthur, just kind of, giving him a half-assed smirk.
Arthur just kind of.
That's my perception empathy, because he's trying to tell if you're lying because he does not get sarcasm like that, especially not in English.
Arthur just kind of shrugs his shoulders. You should see what people really look like. It's kind of fascinating.
Indeed.
Yep.
I
By
know
the way,
having...
Logan, how long ago did you have a mullet?
Sorry?
You heard what I said.
Did you just ask if I had a mullet?
Yeah.
No, that's not a thing.
Arthur just kind of looks over his shoulder. I guess he's not here for you then. I thought we got the wards on this place better than that. Arthur will literally walk over to someone and say, "Shoo," and start waving his hands. This is going at something. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Don't make me call ping. Shoo. At which point, he'll then just sigh and say, just look over and just be like, I guess if they're not violent rates they can get in here, that's a little disconcerting still. But
Violent race?
yeah, there are Vates that are consumed by their former lives in such ways that they find, I guess you'd call them poltergeists.
The restless dead.
There have been people that have kind of run afoul of violent wraiths, so you got to be careful. Don't go burning down any, cemeteries.
Such a
That
thing
is-
would be
Very specific.
Yeah, it was a very specific circumstance that almost caused a Malfian to rise up and destroy the city. Of course, it didn't help that there was a evil, manipulative Nefandi bitch that was controlling the wraiths. But when you burn the resting places of over 250 wraiths, they don't take it very well and become what's called a specter.
All right.
It was unpleasant. I did have some help from a couple of wraiths and a risen.
Hey, what?
Risen.
What's
It's
that?
what happens when a wraith gets his old body back. Did you ever see The Crow?
Yes?
That.
Oh. So, what? Did he just become human again?
Human with very cool, sick, nasty powers.
Oh, wow.
On the plus side, they stopped rotting. On the negative side, they'd already started. So I've seen some things, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well. Also, so Alpha,
Yes, Nick?
besides being white and odd, are you doing better now? You doing, healthy?
As healthy as I can be, I'm sure.
Uh, okay, that's good. He looks at the time. Hey, what time is it?
It's close to midnight. Arthur's like, well, I should probably get back to my sanctum. Don't need to get caught by any of the roving patrols. I don't exactly look normal anymore.
I mean, look, man, you got enough for me. Worst case scenario, I can call up some of my guys. We can get you moving.
Maybe I'll fly home. That might be better.
Whichever, man.
I'm gonna head into work. Tank says that he gets up.
Arthur's gonna head to the elevator.
Mr. Rainwright, before you go, how exactly do you fly? Is it as in all the stories and you ride a broom while cackling in the moonlight?
No, that's only for posers. I transform into a raven.
Ah,
Jin has his fan up and he's chuckling very quietly behind his fan.
Though I can transform into other things. Wolves, cats, birds, bats.
Trolls?
No, I can't actually. Only something that's the same mass as I am. So I'm a whomping big raven. I'll say that much. Always wanted to transform into a dragon, though. Maybe with a bit more training.
huh. How curious. I hope you do eventually reach your goal.
Yes, to transform into one of the great celestial guardians is an honor indeed.
I was thinking, 4 legs, 2 wings, breathes fire, that sort of thing.
Yes, for a golden dragon.
Well, have fun. At which point, Arthur's going to go down into the node room. He'll drop Tank off on the first floor.
Alright, later, Alpha.
Later.
Tank's gonna go die to work. I'm out.
I'm going to...
I'm gonna go finish cleaning up.
willpower.
Alright, Byron.
Good one.
Later, Byron. 2. That's enough. Arthur's going to painfully transform into a raven and then fly home. After the Guardian lets him out.
That was a joke to him, but now everyone's gone. So I can't do it anyway.
Jen has just made a second cup of tea. I'm sorry, Tim, didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, dude, it's all good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying he's making another cup of tea and offering tea to everyone else who needs it.
Logan's good for right now. He'll thank Jen, though.
Give a polite nod back as he's making tea.
Do we keep going, or should we just stop the scene here?
Yeah, I don't know if like Brett wants to bring another PC in or like I don't know.
I got no idea. I think he left.
Yeah, so he's
Or-
not at his computer.
Yeah.
But he did drop out, which makes me think he's going to bring another character in.
Yeah.
So Jen looks to Logan. It is a pleasure to meet you. I don't think I caught your name.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. Name's Logan.
He bows. I am Liang Jin of the House of Cups.
Good to meet you, Lang Jen. House of Pentacles, if you didn't catch that.
I see. Thank you.
Logan, I'm curious. Did you know this Zahn?
No, I never met the guy. In fact, I'm pretty sure I started making contact with all this right after he had passed.
I see. Well, seemed to have certainly upset Mr. Wainwright and put a damper on Shinma because of it. At least in his opinion.
It is quite strange for one of the Kamuko to act in such a manner.
Indeed.
I don't know. Be honest. Other than you guys, only scene I knew particularly well was Taishan. That was really about it. Never knew Zahn. Zahn did seem to have a rep, though. Although I think that's more of a Zahn problem and not as much of a Hissian problem.
One that shames himself. So, had a character. Just give me 1 second. One that shames their fellows not only shames himself, but they shame the whole house.
I mean, I don't know. I understand the concept of one person kind of giving everyone else a rep, but plus drug.
Well, it seems in Arthur's case, Zahn's reputation dampered the rest of ours as well. It's very unfortunate, and I do hope to change that opinion. We are not ones to be hated, especially given how we kind of were in the city first.
Ooh, had a character. She was throwing that shade.
By Logan chuckled, they caught all that glorious shade. Although they know Johnny kind of specializes in that low-key shade.
Just a bit.
Right, so
Jin nods.
the doors will open to the elevator and will walk a 15-year-old boy dressed as a Franciscan monk. For those of you who can sense it, extremely powerful faith.
Can mages sense that shit passively or nah?
I don't think so. I think you have to have Prime set up.
Okay. I'm just gonna say I don't.
Have you read through the whole Hessian book today? Can we sense that?
I don't know. I've been a while since I've read through the Hessian book. I think it has to be, you have to be close enough to a dragon's nest to be able to sense that sort of thing.
Okay. And
No, covers that.
yeah,
Then-
we'd probably have to roll Shintao if we were gonna notice
Then-
anything.
No. Shintao, if it's used the same way as Kenning or Primal Urge, that's only for active supernatural effects, like things that are activated, not passive ones, like the benefits of True Faith.
Okay.
So if he does something with the faith, then fuck yeah, go ahead and roll that Shintao. I don't know if you guys still rolling at the +2 diff though.
Hmm.
I have no idea.
Oh well. Basically, we just don't know shit. It just looks like a little 15-year-old boy.
Yeah,
Wearing,
I think
monk robes.
Logan's encountered this dude before, hasn't he?
Has you met Bartholomew? I can't remember.
I think it was right after Zalish died. She showed up for a little bit. He was like, "Yo, what's up, bitches?" And then he just-
You saw him walk up, say a few words, and then leave.
yeah.
I want to say Tony's met this dude, hasn't she? It was like
Yeah,
at a
Tony-
museum social.
Tony has met him at the museum before.
Okay.
He shows up every once in a while.
There's Logan Will. Actually, this will look weird to everyone else, but Logan will not turn their head, and they'll say, "Hey, long time no see."
Bartholomew will nod. Yes, you were involved in the incident with Zalish, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was one of them.
I trust you are uninjured and uninfected.
Huh? No injury here, and I was infected with something. Well, I'd like to think I know.
He'll walk over to you and place a hand on your temple and say, if you'll permit me.
Sure. Better to be safe than sorry.
Place a hand on your temple. And
Now you can roll Shintao.
actually, he's not using Vex, he's using Auspex.
You can. Oh, that's still a Shintao roll.
Yeah.
And
Stiff eight.
I did not touch a thing. But if it's stiff 8, nah, like much.
Why
Yeah,
would it
it's a
be?
really weird Shintao rule. It's like if you try to like use Shintao on like Western supernatural powers, the diff is increased by 2. But I think that's racist as shit. Like I kind of want that house ruled out. Like not even because it's too difficult, but because that's super racist.
So Jiaying failed. You botched, so you think that he's doing something dark and malevolent to him.
Oh
no! It's gonna get good.
Yes!
Jin
Oh, God,
just looks to this dude. What are you doing to him? Why do I sense it as dark magic?
He's going to look over at you, and all of a sudden, oh my God, overwhelming faith, because he's going to basically flex his true faith.
I mean,
There is nothing in this child but good and light. And he's going to look back over at Tim. I'm sorry, I just raced through your memories a little bit. You were never exposed to his flesh nor his blood, therefore you are safe.
You see anything else in there I should know about?
Things that are best left out of the sight of God.
Right.
Though I'm sure the Lord grants you the blessing of whatever you do with your own body in your own time. I trust Miss Tony is not injured in any way.
As a result of me?
It was quite athletic.
I think I will have some of that tea.
Jin just hands them over. He's still like looking at this kid really weird because he just kind of like used dark magic and it was like, oh yeah, here I'm really good and holy. And so he's thinking like this kid's hella sus.
I think that I can count the amount of times this has happened on one hand. The amount of times Logan's been thrown off by somebody.
Jiaying will look over at Logan and just kind of raise an eyebrow. So you and this Tony are on those sort of terms?
To be fair, that wasn't the only person in his memories in that regard.
Like sips tea.
Are you alright, my friend? You appear to be having issues.
Nah, it's all right.
Wow. Okay.
On some real shit, though. It's complicated, for sure.
If you say so, I'm sure it is, especially if you're sleeping with more than one person.
There was no sleeping involved. This is coming from a 15-year-old monk.
I mean, to be honest, Jiaying's only 3 years older than this boy, so...
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Is Logan the oldest person here?
I don't know.
Wait, Joey,
How old is Logan?
Logan's 21.
He's like 22 or so.
Okay, so Jen just barely has him beat. Just barely.
22, 23. Well, actually,
Do
no,
you count the
17.
Hessian soul, or do you count their body?
I think they're going off
The
appearance
body.
because if you wanted to count like
Actually, he's 24.
Actual-
Do the math.
if you want to count actual age, Bartholomew is the oldest person here
Yeah.
by like well over 1,000 years.
I mean, like, Lucian are kind of like from the beginning. So that's the thing.
Also, out of character, Hissian are totally down for polyamory. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Like,
Jiaying's just like, oh, this is shit, dude.
Logan be getting around.
Like, yeah.
No, but yeah, no, Logan will just say,
Bartholomew's going to walk over to a mini fridge and pull out something red. And then we'll put it in a glass and then take a sip of it.
yeah, no, but Logan will just say, they'll actually say to Jiaying, not sure if you're being judgy or if you're just curious.
I am not one to pass judgment on others. What you do in your free time is what you do in your free time. I was intrigued, I suppose. Would that be the word? Oh well, something in that nature.
Are you looking for the most kind way to say the word that you're actually looking for?
What is that word that you believe I am looking for?
I don't know. That's why I was asking you.
No, I believe intrigue is the word, if not curiosity, I suppose.
Well, shrug. I'm not exactly what you'd call the most secretive of people, so if you're curious.
Even if you're open about your doings, I believe I shall not prod into your life any more than is needed.
No shrug. Fair enough, then.
The truth be told, it probably would not have come up if I had not searched your memories. I
Yeah.
apologize for that.
That's no biggie. I mean, to be fair, I'm actually far more open about it when she's actually here.
Why is that?
I like making her blush sometimes.
So you enjoy teasing and humiliating her in public?
Not humiliating her.
My apologies then. Perhaps that was the wrong word to use.
Also, she gives as good as she gets too.
I am sure that is so.
Interesting. My apologies if I came off rude and the humiliation part was the wrong word to use on my behalf.
It's no biggie. You were expressing a worry. A worry which is admittedly quite valid since you don't know me that well.
When we first met, you mentioned... Is the person you mentioned the first time we met, is this the same one we're speaking of? This Tony?
Yeah.
The one with the massive anger issues, huh?
They can be, yeah.
I see. Well, if you ever need, I believe you mentioned something of having her hear the speech I gave to your little friend, Zeth.
It'd be appreciated, but I don't think it's necessary. She's evening out quite a bit lately, actually.
Oh, that's good to hear.
At least she tells me she is. And I'm inclined to believe her.
It's always good to believe those you sleep with.
Even
Right.
if no sleeping is involved.
There's no what? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Even if there's no sleeping involved.
Oh, indeed.
Bartholomew's just sipping at that stuff he's got and just looking around.
Zhang will look over to him and stand up and brush down her dress before bowing. I don't believe we have met before. I'm Jiaying Zhao.
He'll set down his cup, stand up, and will respond with a rather courtly bow, something that's probably closer to early Renaissance. I'm Brother Bartholomew of the Order of St. Francis.
It is an honor to meet you, brother.
The honor is mine. For one of the quote-unquote little gods. I understand that's what you're called, correct?
We call ourselves Shinma.
I still don't know what Shenma translates to out of character. Does it translate to little god or little spirit or...
I had no idea it translated into anything else. Hashtag Google.
I know that Shin is spirit, but...
Probably little spirit, though.
Yeah. Or spirit folk or something like that. He'll just nod. One of the spirit folk, then. I believe you're... Some people call you Kami. Some people call you Hessian. I've heard that word, yes. Hessian.
That seems to be the most common name that we are called.
Are you finding your way around the city well?
It's harder now with these patrols, but I still walk about it with ease as I did when I was young.
Yes, hopefully once we solve the issues in the city, the patrols will be lessened.
If you know of any way that I could be of assistance in helping with the problems in the city to remove the patrols, please let me know.
He'll walk over to the board, take a piece of paper and a pen, copy down Marcus's number, and then hand it to you. This is Marcus. Marcus de San Matina. He is a member of my house. Amongst my kind, he is called War Master. At least War Master of the city. He is the one who is organizing certain offensive operations against the things that have been occurring. He would be the one to speak to.
I see. And she'll take the paper and nod. I will contact him when I can. I appreciate this.
He'll nod his head and take up the glass and start sipping it again. It is not in my nature anymore to engage in combat, or else I would be doing so. What I am doing right now is working with others to help facilitate a broken defense.
Do you, by chance, mean the war?
Yes, that's correct. Though I am still awaiting the arrival of the Black Friars to be able to complete my work.
I do hope they come very soon.
As do I. Unfortunately, I fear that the increased restrictions on movement into the city are what is causing the delay.
I mean, where are they coming in from?
The only way that they can come in is through Japan, by boat.
Brett, how many levels of underworld influence does it take to get people smuggled into here?
Currently, 5.
Fuck!
Damn.
Well, there was terrorist bombing, then now there's a bunch of rabid animals loose in the city. So, yeah, you kind of need bureaucracy for that right now.
I mean, like, if they're vampires, like, they can just kind of swim. That's a thing.
Logan will actually turn to Bartholomew and they'll say, I've got an idea for getting them in. Although it's going to take more than just me.
I'm all ears.
I mean, if they're going to be coming in by boat, travel's restricted, but there are a lot of special interest groups that have a vested interest in continuing to be able to move across waters like that. Now, I got a little bit of pull. I can, get some buds calling some favors, but I think if we can get enough people with some associates in these special interest groups, we could be able to get these people inside.
Langdon is sipping his tea. Not necessarily white knuckles, but he's definitely controlling himself very, very, stringently.
Because I think this just turned into a strategy meeting.
I've been trying to find a way that would not require the use of the Vatican.
Do I look like a clergyman to you?
No, you don't. I'm just saying that if I had to, he'll clear his throat. My apologies. The only way that I know to get them in the city is by Vatican order. Now, whether or not I can is another story. The Vatican would be one of the few organizations that would want them in the city. But I have to figure out how to get them in here. Or if the Vatican would even be permitted to send in missionaries.
I mean, Does this necessarily have to be a whole church effort, or can it just be these individuals doing their good job for God and all that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. These individuals, besides being members of my house, are also members of the Order of St. Michael, which is why they have access to certain rituals that I don't, and certain levels of ritual and power that I do not. Bringing them into the city by order of the Vatican would put an uncomfortable light upon the situation.
Then let's not use Vatican resources, like I was saying. And after all, these guys are like you. Full shrug.
He'll nod his head. Yes, they are.
If you don't mind me interrupting for a moment, you seem to know what I am, but I do not have the courtesy of knowing what you are.
My apologies. There are certain indistinguishable traits that the Hessian possess that those who know about them can discern.
Such as?
Your eye color, your aura.
I suppose the emerald green eyes does seem a little off for an Asian woman.
Not as much as you would think, but but that coupled with the aura that you present are indelible characteristics.
I see.
If it means anything, if that's your case, I didn't know your eyes were green.
As for my house, I am a member of the House of Staves.
Ah, I see.
And he'll go back to sipping that red liquid from the glass.
Ah.
You find this disconcerting?
No. I just now know what is probably in that cup. That is all.
Oh, I smell that.
My apologies if it is distressing. Unfortunately, due to my level of enlightenment, this is the only way that I may take nourishment.
No, by all means. You must drink, and you do what you need to do to gain sustenance.
I don't really. I'm used to the smell.
He's gonna look over at Logan and say, yes, you should try to find more harmony in your life. Though your ways of coping with things, I've seen far worse.
Logan kind of stops, because that's the first time they've actually been called on that shit insane. Right. Sips tea.
Bartholomew sips his blood.
Second time motherfuckers throwing Logan off their game. Look, motherfuckers should be on board for this shit.
Dude, I so kind of want to hop on Tony just to, like...
Hop on Tony if you want right now.
But Jiaying needs info. Damn it.
I mean, do you want that or do you want a fields train?
I kind of want a fields train, but I need information on Jiaying. Like, this is the whole reason she's here. It's her title.
He's just going to continue sipping his blood and just smile. It's been a trying week for a lot of us, unfortunately. I was fortunate to keep my friend's property damage down to acceptable levels. Another of my friend, however, was mourning over the trees, so it was a lose-lose situation.
Right.
Though I will say it's nice to be away from two people screaming Gaelic at each other.
I can see why you'd be okay with that.
It's kind of funny, I haven't seen such life from them since before the Inquisition.
Yeah, that must have been rough on you guys, yeah?
It was rough on many. If you understood the history of your people, he says, looking at Logan, then you would understand.
Jin is just sipping his tea, fanning himself very lately.
I suppose your people are more fortunate having been kept away from that sort of thing.
Perhaps we were more fortunate.
Though I understand you had your share of troubles as well.
Oh, sorry. Was he talking to us? I thought he was still talking to Logan.
No, he's talking to you guys.
Oh, shit. My bad.
It's okay.
But yes, most of which would actually go away if the board was returned. But until it is, we deal with it.
As long as you're capable of rising above your past and learning from the mistakes, that is all that is truly necessary in this world.
Exactly. And then one day we will receive the key. Be welcomed back. But until that day, we are here.
Do you find anticipation in such a return, or dread?
I am unsure. Perhaps a mix of both.
I can understand that. But one must never lose hope in a better future.
Most certainly.
He's gonna smile and look over to the metal dude and just be like, "Do you know what your future awaits?"
I do not know what my future is, and I do not need to know. I do my duty, and that is all I need to worry about.
Interesting. Most people would love to know their futures. You do not. That is refreshing.
If we know the
No,
we don't have any choice.
He just looks at Logan. My apologies, I did not catch that.
If we know our future, then we don't have a choice.
There's always a choice in this world. Never deny yourself the power to choose.
And that's why I would probably go with Jen here. Not want to know my future.
There is a Malkavian that can see futures. Would be best for you not to speak to him on it. He tends to not differentiate between who wants to know and who he thinks needs to know.
Right. Well, I'll keep an eye out for him then. I'll try to remember to tell him to leave a spoiler tag for me.
I suppose. I should be going, though. And he'll finish off his drink and wash out the glass. Be careful out there.
I absolutely never am, but okay.
He'll look to the other two. I trust you will exercise care in where you go.
Always.
And
Is
I
the path of our people.
don't know if anybody told you, but if you see monsters out of your nightmares running towards you with large teeth and clawed hands, run away. Unless you think you can take them. But if you think you can take them, don't. If you know you can take them, don't. Pleasant evening. And he'll go ahead and leave.
As well.
And I think with that, I'm actually going to hit the sack. I'll talk to you guys later.
Talk to you later, Tim. Or
Night.
Brett.
Who's controlling the link, guys?
I am.
Okay. Did you want to close the gear then?
Yeah, if you guys are good with that.
It's up to y'all. I'm cool for keeping on.
I mean, we could have them go in all the spar. They're all martial artists.
Couldn't do it at the museum, though. We'd have to leave.
True, but that could end up with, like, you know, fun things happening if they all leave.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
beating each other senseless.
Nah, I think from, like, the earlier spar, it would just end up, like, you and I just kind of, like, snake-stepping everything, and I think that would actually probably be all that it was. It's just, you know, oh, I dodged.
Stepping.
Yeah, like, if you want to do that, though, that's fine. I mean, it would be something.
It's up to you guys. So
Meh. As much as Logan would be down for a spar, Tim has done quite a few sparring scenes with this character.
damn it, it's the one thing I want us to have Liang Jin spar him sometime.
Huh?
I would love this character to spar Logan sometime. Just not necessarily right now.
That's fair. We can do that. That's something we can do.
Dude, I say I hop on Tony and we go take Jin out for drinks.
I'm cool with it.
Okay.
I can facilitate this because it totally makes sense in character. Logan.
Jin has to actually ask Liang or Jiaying something first, though.
Okay, yeah, go for it,
Before she
Logan.
leaves. He'll just kind of like, as he's sipping his tea next to her, he'll just kind of like say behind his fan, "Do you know of a dragon's nest where I could meditate, Lady Jiaying?"
I know where one is, but it is Haishin's. So I will have to ask him first.
I will see if I can arrange a meeting with Haishin and yourself. That is possible.
Of course. All you really have to do is appear at the bookstore one day.
Thank you. I will be sure to do that.
I can't wait. And as I said before, if you have any other questions, just let me know.
I will, and he bows to her. And one last thing he's going to do before she leaves is roll perception empathy on her to see how she feels about him. That is
Okay.
4 successes.
She thinks he's cool? Like, he's not gonna be a
Metal Noble is
fuck up?
curious. Metal Noble is curious, so
Oh yeah, she... Shit. You probably will notice that she feels a lot more at ease around you than she does, Xiao. Because she doesn't think you're gonna be like a retarded hothead. But, she thinks he's cool, all in all, and that he will perform well in any duty that he's given.
okay. So he's very satisfied, and he'll give her a bow as she's, I'm assuming, preparing to leave.
Yeah, she'll, stand up, find, wherever and wash her teacup, and put it up, then turn to Logan and Jing, bowing first. I should go back to the shop and check on a few things. Jin, feel free to stay and enjoy yourself. Logan, it was a pleasure to see you again.
You as well, Jane.
Try not to get too beat up as you're helping the community.
You got it.
Then she'll turn to Jing. Have a pleasant evening. Perhaps.
He was, my apologies.
It's fine, we've been doing this all night.
He laughs as well.
Perhaps tomorrow, if you wish to do something, we can see if the Mandarin has anything that needs to be done.
I would like that. It is time for things and actions to be taken.
Of course. It might be a little longer, though, if we meet him tomorrow. I would need to report a few things. But either way, I bid you both a wonderful night's sleep.
And you as well. She bows.
Oh, sorry.
I just said he bows.
Oh, sorry. I thought Logan was going to say something. Sorry. She'll return the bow and then head on out.
So based on what I've been hearing, sounds like you're new around here?
I just arrived this morning.
This morning? Damn. You seem very well adjusted.
I'm forced to adjust to survive. I lived in the wilderness for 17 years. It was not something I didn't learn.
Right.
Dude, and at this time, Tony's going to walk in. She's got her bag on her back, but Pelagius is instead just kind of hanging around her, just kind of like lazily hanging, on like her upper shoulder. Well, not hanging, but like coiled around her upper right arm. Yeah, arm, not shoulder. She'll walk in and wave to Logan, and then see the new guy. New Kai, yeah. Dude. Kim, oh my god. And kind of tilt her head. Can't say I've met you before.
New guy.
Pulse.
Name's Jin.
Ah, Tony, pleasure to meet you.
He'll stand to give a bow. Miang Jin of the House of Cups. As he bows.
She'll bow. Tony Zhang, House of Pinnacles. Technically name's Antonio, but I swear if you call me Antonio, we're gonna have some problems.
Got it, Antonio.
Noted.
She'll walk over to Logan and just sit on him.
And then Logan will start to wiggle.
Tony is gonna act like he's not even there.
That's fine.
Jin is sipping his tea. Looking straight forward, just sipping his tea.
So, Lynn, I think Logan said you were new here. How new are you?
I arrived this morning.
Seriously? Nice. You said,
Yes, it's been quite an eventful day.
I'm sure it has. You said you were House of Cups, right?
As I am told, that is correct.
Kind of look you up and down and nod. Okay. I'm gonna assume you're not a changeling. You don't look like a changeling. You look like a native.
His eyebrow raises very slightly at that. Actually, not one eyebrow, both eyebrows.
I'm just trying to figure out if you're a changeling or a Hessian. Both belong to the House of Cups, yet different from what I know.
I am not one of the Waigoren, if that is what you're asking.
Man, I don't know what a Wygoran is.
Just opens his mouth, shuts it. It is what you call a changeling.
Ah, I got you. Okay, so you're a Hessian then.
That would be the technical term, I believe.
Cool. Tell the Mandarin I said hi, if you ever go and see him.
I will certainly do so.
Awesome. She'll, kind of turn her head and look at Logan. So how are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Glad to hear it. I'm in a really good mood for some reason. I don't know why. I think someone might have spiked a drink of mine. I don't know. How you doing?
I certainly hope they didn't spike your drink.
I hope not, too. So you guys want to go out and do something?
Sure. Would you
If
try
it
to?
involves killing a Bakemono, I can certainly help. Otherwise, I'm not sure I'll be of much use.
I don't know what a Bakemono is either.
It is a demon.
Okay, I know what those things are, yeah. But, I've hung out with Hessian before, but I really don't know all your terms very well. I wasn't ever really told them. Zahn and I didn't speak much about that.
His eyes turn to steel. So just at that word, his eyes turn to steel. So you knew Zahn.
Oh, what's up with your eyes before I answer that question?
I think that's just a thing that happens.
Yes, it is not something under my control.
It's super worrying, though.
Yeah, I just said that and your eyes turn all steely, did I say something wrong, buddy?
No, but it appears Zahn has gotten myself and my compatriots in trouble.
That's interesting, considering he's dead.
Well, a man walked in here and blamed us for something that Zahn did without ever really telling us what he did. So, my apologies if you caught me by surprise with that name.
Ah. Huh. And she'll just kind of mutter to herself really quickly.
What does she say?
Make a perception alertness.
I mean, Logan's right there.
God.
She talking shit.
No. Okay, Logan, she pretty much said no to self. Don't tell him I dated Zahn.
Oh, it's so good I failed that.
Wait,
roll.
Logan didn't know that. Logan's like, wait, what?
Wait, Logan didn't know this?
No! They didn't want to tell me about that much until the field train scene started, and that was mostly focused on her and her responses to him dying. Now Logan's like, oh shit, that's why she can't dance. Oh, fuck. Discoveries were made tonight.
She'll kind of look over at Logan and nod. I thought you knew this.
No. I mean, it's no biggie. I mean, damn.
What is such causing you such consternation, if I may ask?
Nothing, my man. Nothing.
I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, you can clearly tell she's lying. But...
Oh, no, that's a botch. They're telling the truth. They being honey.
Oh!
That's not a botch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw the 1 and the 2.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry about that, bro. Yeah, no, they bullshit. They hella bullshit.
His eyes just narrow. You need to worry about.
Nah. Mm-mm.
Good.
You don't need to worry about
Oh, the ones are saving your guys' ass right now. got one. You got a single one for every success. So he just slowly nods. Very well.
Yeah. So, drinks?
Only if it is sake.
Deal.
Of course. I'll buy. We're gonna go to get it though, unless you guys want to stay here and get it, because if so, there's free alcohol.
Nah, I feel like heading out tonight. Also, I'll drive.
No.
Jin looks mildly concerned at this idea.
I've done it before. It's been
Logan-
proven that I can do it.
Logan, we were in an armored vehicle. We had Gasol. We had like everybody. We were like good if you crashed. Now there's only 3 of us. No.
It's
I
fine.
mean, if we
Look,
crashed in a vehicle,
it's all good. Like, from what I understand, he's like a metal dude, so he'll be good.
I
This
won't
is
be
true.
good, and you won't be good.
And
If we
worst
crash, we're screwed.
If we crash, what are they gonna do? Ticket a blind person for driving? That's ableist as fuck.
Yes, they would probably ticket a blind person for driving.
I think you need to have more faith in humanity.
No, I do not have a lot of faith in humanity. Let's be honest here. I go around removing the nasty parts of humanity, so nuh-uh.
but surely that gives you faith in those that are not evil.
It gives me faith that their souls will come back and have a chance of being pure.
His head is just tilted.
She'll just kind of mock him and tilt her head to the side. There's something-
Logan,
His eyebrows raise.
Logan, as they think back, realize that she's never been this extroverted before.
Dude, like, she is in a, like, crazy good mood.
They don't know what's going on, but all right.
She'll, lift her head back up. Is there something curious about that? Is that why you were tilting, your head? It's like, what's going on?
Out of character, I forgot why he tilted his head.
Logan's gonna calmly swipe Tony's keys so that way they can get to her car.
Man, hold on. 'Cause I'm a roll, like, there is something. What is it, like perception alertness?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll Dex larceny. I'm gonna roll all that Dex larceny.
God, her perception alertness is as bad as Jia Ying's.
Watch.
Ooh, not a botch, but they tried to swipe it and they ended up just kind of like, no, I've got this. They went for where they thought Tony's keys were going to be. They just kind of grabbed their butt by accident.
At least it's easy to cover up.
Now Logan just feels super uncomfortable right now. They're just like, huh. No, I'm
She'll
good,
kinda-
guys.
She's gonna slowly turn her head and look at Logan.
That
I
wasn't
mean,
supposed to happen. I'm sorry.
What do you mean it wasn't supposed to happen? You have, like, you might be blind, but you can see all the things, so...
Look, I even make mistakes sometimes.
I mean, we're not even at home
Was it a
yet.
mistake, though?
I'm good right now. That's not what... I was trying to take your keys so I could keep going.
You were what?
I was trying to get the keys so that way I could drive. That's all I want.
See, I'm not sure if I should be upset at you for trying to take my keys or kind of being happy that you actually told me you were trying to take my keys.
You probably only did it to avoid the embarrassment of when the monk walked in and told him they needed to have more discretion, I believe it was.
Monk.
Hella side eye.
Oh,
He
tell me
walked
about
in-
this.
Walked in and made many jokes at the expense of Logan's here, their sex life.
Oh. Oh. She'll give some side eye to Logan. What were you talking about?
Look, man, I just want to go get some drinks. Fuck.
What was it he used? I can't even remember the words he used, to be honest, but they were quite entertaining.
Oh, do try and remember. I'm curious now.
If I remember, I will let you know.
Thank you. I will be prodding for you. I will be prodding you all night for that information. Because I am
This
very
makes the
curious.
presumption that I will be going home with you.
I wasn't talking about prodding in that way. I mean, I can totally do that if you want to do that kind of stuff. But I was talking more about just like incessantly asking you the question over and over and over again.
Yes, but you did still say all night. Which implies that I would eventually follow you, or you would follow me.
I mean, typically when I say all night, I just mean until like we both go our separate ways.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Hashtag super literal. He's saying is super literal.
Just kind of rub the back of her head and lean down to Logan. Yeah, maybe we should go get those drinks now.
Yeah, we should go get some drinks now.
You know, you're totally gonna tell me what that monk said, right?
No, hell no.
Hell yeah.
Worry about it. It's alright.
I'm not worried about it. I'm curious.
Exactly. You don't need to know. It's
You know
alright.
what? Fine, forget you. Yeah. Jin, do you remember this monk's name?
Brother
Damn, really?
Bartholomew, I believe.
Oh,
he's
Brother
one of the-
Bartholomew.
He is one of the Walking Dead, however.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of makes him a lot less likable. But, I mean, I just need to call him and ask what he said.
Racism.
What was that?
Look, it said fantasy racism.
Oh, no, yeah, Tony was asking what? And, you know, that whole thing was in character.
Logan just said fantasy racism.
Well, when they destroy your eternal soul, I think a little caution is warranted.
What do you mean, fantasy?
We live in a world filled with wizards, points to themselves and Tony. Gods, points to Jin. I'm pretty sure demons and vampires.
I'm not racist towards them. Like, I can deal with them.
Okay, look. Being able to share the same breathing space as something does not make you not fantasy racist.
I consoled Adriana, didn't I?
You can be nice and still be a racist.
Yeah, they are horrible things that need to go die anyway. But anyway, drinks, right?
See, drinks.
Drinks.
Jin is just like standing there, just lightly fanning himself, just kind of.
He's like being super stalkerish. Like he's just like about 2 feet away, just like well, not like 2 feet, more like 5 feet or so away, just watching him standing there watching him, fanning himself lightly, looking back and forth between the two of them every once in a while.
I'm trying to figure out if that's his disturbed fan waving or his amused fan waving.
I love how he has different versions now. One man, he already has a character trait.
You've done it so often in the scene, I'm convinced it's a quirk now.
Right? Like Jiaying always having brownies.
But yeah, he's just gently fanning himself, looking back and forth between the two of you, about 5 feet away.
Tony will
Shall we
kinda-
go get those drinks now?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go do it.
He just walks out. Going to walk, or are we going to ride the metal?
Ride the metal is a really odd way of saying driving, but yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, I meant go through the telephone wire. Oh, that's right. My apologies. You can't do that. My apologies. I forget I'm not dealing with my brothers and sisters from time to time.
Actually, give me just a sec. They'll kind of walk behind someplace. Take a few seconds, and then it's Fem Logan because fuck it, why not? Same outfit, just
Oh, damn.
all right. I'm good.
Jin just kind of looks at him, looks like he just does a double take.
Yeah, it's still me, still same person.
All right, I've seen weirder.
Yeah.
Let's go get those drinks now.
Yep.
I had a character, I love how that's been said like 8 times every time it gets off.
Yeah. Well, they're
It's like
getting
they
drinks
never-
now, definitively.
They never get the drinks because they're too busy saying, let's go get the drinks.
Right? It just gets too awkward, and that has to be like a safe word now. Like every time it gets awkward, somebody's got to say, "Let's go get some drinks now."
But Jin is following them to whatever vehicle they're going to take.
Probably be Tony's car, and Tony is not letting Logan drive.
They will bitch the entire way.
Tony has turned the music up like all the way.
Well, add a character, like, actually, no, like, well, I'm asking add a character. It's very important what music is playing.
What kind of music does Tony like, actually?
It is probably like a really, 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 really weird mix because the song will, like, at first it'll start off on, like, I don't know, something like Shine Down, but then it'll go to, like, The Swan, which is a very pretty cool classical piece. And then, like, all of a sudden it'll switch to, like, Daft Punk. And, it just basically goes from all these different genres.
So if anyone glances in the back seat during this ride, the fan waving has intensified.
Actually, considering it's like one of Jin's first nights out in a hot minute, Logan would have let Jin's in the front seat.
Okay, so then you see him in the front seat, very intensely fanning himself. His face is completely impassive, but it's very, very intense.
Tony will, as they're driving, she'll kind of glance at him, but, still be looking at the road, like those occasional little glances over there towards him. You okay, man?
I've not listened to music in over 17 years. It's disconcerting, the new music that has arrived in that time.
Man, what you mean is disconcerting? Like, I mean, if you don't like the music, I'll turn it off. You just gotta get Logan to stop bitching.
Oh no, you do not inconvenience
Should have been
yourself.
driving. Almost hit that dude. That dude flipped you off. Wait, that dude just flipped you off.
No, we are not getting out of the vehicle to kill him. As satisfying as that might be, it is very unjust.
No, I'm not talking about killing him. Damn.
See, not Logan. Start bitching at him. He just said it would be satisfying to kill somebody. I said that like once or twice, and you started bitching at me. Like, where is his bitching?
I mean, I ain't seen him just start rolling up and start executing motherfuckers.
I mean,
What do you mean
if they
just
are
rolling up
evil,
and
I've done that before.
What? You know what I'm fucking talking about.
No, I don't. Fucking tell me what you're talking about.
I really do. I really think you do. Just kind of walking up and be like, oh, hey, there's this dude going non-lethal. Nah, fuck that. I'm going to do my Tony thing. fucking whip that sword out. Yeah, that ended. That was bad.
Jin's fanning himself again, looking out the window.
Nah, do explain. Which guy?
But all I'm saying is, he just talked about it would be, and I ain't seen this man actually follow up with his shit.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying, Tony, you have a propensity to go full ham. That is very dangerous.
Okay. If you're talking about the Wu Kang, that was like once. Once.
I do have to ask: is his danger sense going off now?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
This is the default for them.
Yeah, this is very common. Yeah, for real. It was just that one Wu Kang, so I don't see what you're bitching for.
Just that one. I mean, you don't see me just kind of walking up and being like, "Oh, we're supposed to knock this person out." Nah, I'm gonna break their spine.
I've never broken anyone's spine.
Really? Yeah, first of all, it's a very satisfying experience. But
What?
really?
What?
I mean, if you are going to efficiently execute a criminal, it's more efficient.
Dude, at that point, just chop their head off. It's fun. I mean,
The male elemental is just like fanning himself still, and it's slowed down quite a bit, actually. It's very slow and languid now.
Yeah, I forget if Hissien can passively like sense like chi and shit. If they can,
But they
Logan
could be passive aggressive.
Huh?
Said no, but they could be passive aggressive.
Oh no, they totally can be. Because I was just gonna say if Hissien can sense yin and yang, like Logan is fucking like the embodiment of yang, like all the time.
I don't think they can. Oh well.
Huh?
I don't think they can like feel it unless they're close to like a dragon's nest or have like a special charm for it.
Okay.
Hmm.
I was just wondering because I didn't see anything like that when I was reading the book.
Yeah. Let's be honest here. If we want any other side other than like talking to spirits, we generally have to be near a dragon's nest.
Hmm.
So I'm guessing by this time they make it to the bar.
Yeah, kinda.
I guess it's just a generic bar. So
No, we should make it a full-on 80s American rock bar.
oh god.
Hashtag culture shock for the win.
Nah, dude. At that point, it'd just be like, oh, let's go to Gravedigger's freaking club.
I mean, there's also Logan's Club, the one that they don't own, but the one that they viciously kind of just took over and said was theirs now.
I'm not sure Tony knows about that club. Like, I mean, if Logan says to go to that club, then we can.
I mean, Logan's like brought that up in scene, and I'm pretty sure Tony's been inside of it.
Oh. Oh, she might have. Yeah. Okay, you gotta remember, Kim has like the memory of a fucking goldfish.
That's all good because Tony was actively like looking at the Overwatch that was being played there.
Oh, that's where that scene was. Oh, okay, then yeah, Tony's totally going there.
Yeah, which is kind of the polar opposite of Gravedigger's Club, which is all dark and like very edgelordy and very much trying. Like Logan's all like bright and like ravey and shit.
Gotcha. She'll, as they pull up, she'll look over at Jen. So you say it's been like 17 years since you've listened to music, right?
That is correct.
I'm going to assume it's been about 17 years since you've been in a club or anything.
Considering that this body was 8 years old at that time, I have never been inside a club.
Oh, yeah.
He blinks once, and then the fan waving speeds up in just a tiny increment.
She'll just kind of turn off the car at that point and then hop out. Okay, guys, let's go.
He's following very apprehensively.
Wait, Logan, are there security guards at this club? Like, are they gonna check Tony?
I think Tim may have BRB'd.
Sorry, no, I'm here. I was just trying to find the song that would be playing as you guys walked in. I mean, most people are getting checked, but like if Tony walks up, considering Logan's there with her, they'll just say, "Don't worry, guys, she's good."
Okay, because if in that case, Tony will be bringing her bag along.
That's fair. They're okay with it.
Okay.
They don't try to whip that shit out at the club.
She's never whipped her katana out at a club before. Yet. Actually, no, I take that back. There was that one club where we had with all the people. Okay. Shit.
Jin is just like following him in the door, just very apprehensive.
Okay. Let me give me just a second. I'll find the song that's playing at the time. So that way you guys can get the atmosphere and all that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the thing. I'll go ahead and make descriptions for Jen. Oh my God, why is this place so fucking bright? That's pretty much what he probably gets as he walks into what it amounts to a rave, pretty much a rave-themed nightclub. Shit, if you were a Sealy changeling, you'd be able to fucking this place would be great. A lot of the glow-in-the-dark paint that goes on T-shirts and shit. Some people are playing. Oh no! Wait a minute. He hasn't been. Okay, hold on. No. I got a way to describe this. There are a few people sitting down in front of a large screen, and there seems to be a box connected to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are sitting down are holding these strange devices in their hands. And they're staring very intently at the screen. And the screen seems to be a view into the world of the screen itself. And there appear to be different kinds of things that just look like guns that are sticking out from the front, if you know what I mean.
He points to the people playing the machines. Are they war criminals?
What?
Nah.
They are causing a war, are they not?
No, that's... Tony, is it Overwatch? I actually can't see.
Is it Overwatch?
Out of character, yeah, it's Overwatch.
Tony claps her hands together and she's, doing the whole, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is Overwatch. I should go over there and teach them noobs how to fucking play.
I mean, you can if you want.
Nah. Well, not unless we all play, and you're... Yeah.
I kind of can't.
Yeah, I know. So we shall just drink instead, and have a merry time. And hopefully no one's father smells of elderberries at the end of this. What do you mean, what?
What? No one's father smells of elderberries?
Yeah, your mom was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries.
This is a strange thing to say.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not super alone in not knowing what the hell that means.
Really, Monty Python? None of you got it? Okay. Well, I know what we're watching tonight. I mean, if we actually are able to watch anything, if one of us doesn't get pulled to the floor.
Blink, blink.
I don't know what you keep bringing that specific incident up.
Fanning increases.
I mean, I'm just saying, we've never made it to the bed.
I get excited. I'm sorry.
I mean, hell, I do
Goddamn
too.
drinks.
Poor Jen. He's just like, these motherfuckers are crazy. I want to go back to fucking. I want to go back to my core. People are saying this shit, man.
Right? I want to go back to my venue where it's all safe.
Very
Anyway,
awkward.
it's easy for it's easy for Jen to get hooked up with some sake if he asks for it.
He's sitting at the bar. Probably looks really uncomfortable because he's trying to sit like in a traditional like cross-legged, sitting like stance on whatever chairs they have, and trying to sip his sake like in a manner, but it's not working out very well for him.
But, Tony's just going to kind of lean over to him and just go, you know you don't have to sit like that, right? We're not at, like, some fancy bars around here. You just, you set your feet on the floor. You sit on the chair like normal and, yeah.
But this is normal.
Not here, I'm afraid. I
His
mean,
face just kind of like nods very slowly.
that's why it's, a little hard to balance on the chair and everything. I mean, if you want to sit like that, that's fine. I just didn't want you to be uncomfortable thinking you had to do it.
He nods.
Sorry.
Oh, fine. Just very awkwardly sips his sake.
Oh.
Logan just lays on the bar. Fuck it.
Logan don't give a fuck.
They almost died for the right to do this shit.
At that point, Tony will kind of look over at Jen and smile. So, I mean, I know you've said you've only been here for like a day, but like, how have you guys been, like the Hessian and all? Like, it's been a while since I've really spoken to you guys.
From what I understand, other than our dealings with the Yama Kings and hunting their servants, we are well.
See, I was never told about the Yama Kings. What are those?
10,000 immortal, unstoppable demons who rule over 10,000 individual hells.
And we should probably go to a VIP room if we're going to talk about that.
And hashtag Jin has no chill. Hashtag hermit life.
They will slide up the length of the bar rather than just get up.
At that point, Tony will just kind of
and then they will.
My bad.
Tony will take what?
I was just gonna say Tony's just gonna pick Logan up and carry him to the VIP lounge if they're just sliding along the bar.
Jin
They're
just
okay
follows
with
very
this.
confused.
Yep. It's like a nice upstairs section, which I actually have never described before. Where the first floor was, very much ravey, bright, colorful. Like this is a lot more plain, a lot more chill. Maybe some books. Logan's blind, so it's a very eclectic mix of books. Like, the theme is still there, but it's just a lot more plain, and it's not like, it's more like a lounge than a nightclub at this point.
Tony will set Logan down on
Just
like a
finds-
couch. My bad. Sorry. Ah.
He just sits down at like on one of the couches, still sipping his sake.
Okay, now you can go ahead and have your conversation about Yama Kings.
Yeah, what are those exactly? I was never told when I used to, hang out with the Hessian.
They are 10,000 immortal demons who rule over 10,000 different hells. Passes from this life into the next. It has a chance of going to one of these hells.
Okay. And you said you were fighting their servants, huh?
Yes.
That's pretty weird. Oh, you.
Suppose.
Quick question. You remember what the brother said now?
No, I don't think I recall it.
Are you seriously saying you don't recall it, or are you just doing this because you don't want to like mess with Logan or something like that?
Yes.
That wasn't really an answer.
That is true. But it was an answer in and of itself. It was truthful.
So what were you saying yes to? Which one? The former or the latter?
Yes.
So you guys are still infuriating. And it's kind of funny.
It is our culture to not speak openly.
I'm not too sure about that. She kind of pauses for a moment. Decides better not to say Zahn's name. The one that I hung out with typically said a bunch, but then again, that could have been because of a certain reason.
What reason might that be?
He had like bodyguards and stuff. I trained as bodyguards.
I got 2 successes.
I mean, she wasn't lying. She did train as bodyguard. Well, it was like a half-truth. Like, she's not telling all of it.
He nods. I see you are learning.
Learning what?
The art of speaking.
I mean, I thought I could speak, since I was a young age. I'll have you know that I was a bilingual baby. Since my father spoke broken English and Cantonese, and my mom spoke Cantonese and English. It was kind of funny.
He just nods. True, but you are not truly learning the art of speaking until recently, it appears.
Tony will just kind of slowly look over at Logan. I've not been able to speak until recently? Like, what's up? Have I not been able to speak recently? Or, like, do you know what he's talking about?
Oh, when he says the art of speaking, he's just talking about speaking eloquently.
I haven't been speaking
Right?
eloquently, though. I can if I need to.
But you are learning to tell the truth without telling the whole truth.
Oh,
Speak around some people.
I learned that a while ago. I just don't tend to do it because I just glare at people until they just leave me alone.
You kind of don't do that much, though.
Not around you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just find someone that really pisses me off, okay?
But would you not
The
simply
vampires
kill
don't
them?
count. That's fantasy racism.
It's not. I mean, they're so why? I mean, how do they live outside the real? It's unnatural. It's just. Anyway. It's just not right. Yeah. My apologies.
Just fanning himself as he's sipping his sake. My apologies are needed.
Kind of glance over at Logan and mutter, not a racist.
Totally are.
I am not.
Are.
Not.
Are.
Not.
Are.
Not.
Are.
Not.
Are.
Not.
I believe there's a private room back there. He just points at his fan. At the bathroom, by the way.
I mean, do you want to go back there? Like, why are you pointing it out?
Well, it seemed the two of you were flirting quite heavily.
Logan, he's catching on.
He is.
Wow. He learns quick.
He really does. Good job.
That's what happens when you live for 17 years in the wild.
I mean, why'd you live out in the wild for 17 years, though? It seems a little odd, personally.
Was hunting the mortals who killed this body at 8.
Okay, I gotcha. It's a good reason to go hunt people.
It is. The last 2 were quite, or last 3, I should say, are quite elusive. That's why I am here.
Oh, so they're here in the city?
That is what the spirit said.
Well, if you ever need something to kill them with, just let me know and I can create you something.
Thank you.
Or if you need help killing them, just let me know. Though that sounds like, that personal kind of, I've got to do this on my own sort of thing, so.
Not necessarily, but it is my duty.
Okay.
He's just sipping his sake very peacefully.
So, Logan, how was your day?
Yeah, it was all right.
Nice. I'm assuming you didn't acquaint anyone with these hands.
When you say it that way, it just sounds silly.
Isn't that what you're always doing?
Yeah,
Just
but
saying it that way?
it's different though,
How is it different?
because it's me.
Am I not allowed to say that?
I mean, you are, but meh.
Sorry, should I say these blades then? I mean, you don't even
I mean, it's
use.
acceptable, but that doesn't ring as well.
Okay. I'll, like. I don't know. Okay.
Sip, and that sake still fanning himself.
So, how about that weather?
I haven't seen the sun in about a year.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
shot down your fucking small talk.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll just get my revenge later on tonight. It's all good.
I mean, what are you gonna?
Tea sipping intensifies.
What you got, fan? What you got planned? What you gonna do?
Oh, we got a lot planned. You're just gonna have to wait and see.
What you gonna do that you haven't done already?
Oh, there's a lot. There is a lot.
Tea sipping even intensifies even more. Or sake sipping.
Okay, I guess now this is a contest then.
Yeah. I suppose.
Oh shit!
Right.
Damn it! Why'd you have to phrase it like that?
Oh shit!
Fucking my gang legacy's a fucking paladin.
Oh yes.
He just kind of slowly looks over
I
the
didn't
dimension of
mean
the
to do that.
contest. Just he's not changed really. All he's doing is he's looking over at you. And you get the feeling he's actually like paying attention now.
Yep.
I get your interest, bud.
You mentioned a contest of some sort.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's technically what it. Yeah.
He just scoots slightly closer. What sort of contest?
I'll let Logan explain. And then she'll look over, and there's this huge smile on her face, and she'll say, "I'm grinning wildly, Logan."
Yeah, no, it's fine.
It is rather unnerving.
Oh, just wait. You might get it too. Who knows? The night is still young, and Logan is still explaining, or about to explain. So,
Oh, I mean that was the beginning, middle, and end.
Logan, you gotta explain what this contest is now.
I mean, in reality, I don't think there's anyone that could lose this.
How so? It cannot be a contest if one cannot lose.
Logan looks down and thinks, huh. What I mean to say is, it is a contest of the skill of sexcraft. Yes, that's what it is.
Ah, Tantra.
That. Yeah, that.
This was taught in our training among my court.
What?
Oh,
Yes. It is an ancient art and one that must be respected.
What?
If you'd like, I can demonstrate sometime.
oh.
He said that completely serious, by the way. Straight face and everything. Wait, I missed Logan's face. Where is it? What is it?
Oh, I actually did it. Like, I pulled my camera down.
missed.
So I could do it.
Damn
Basically,
it, I
it's
another
one,
tab.
it's one of bewilderment, surprise, and genuine confusion as to what to do next.
So what I'm hearing is this is the third time tonight Logan's been thrown off guard.
Kinda. This is not their day.
He's just like still lightly fanning himself. Are you well, Logan?
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, do we say yes? Do we say no? Like,
I don't know.
well, I mean, I ain't gonna say anything, but the last Hessian I slept with was really good.
Blink, blink. I'm gonna roll up wits. See if he makes the connection. Do I have
Oh, God.
intuition? If I have intuition, actually, I can roll wits
I mean,
intuition.
Logan just kind of looks over, kind of surprised. Because, I mean, they already put those dots together.
So he's just gonna shrug.
Fair enough.
I mean, they are called, little gods and stuff. I mean,
Yep, I have a dot of intuition.
oh
He
God.
just kind of looks over. You were. Was he at least trained well?
Who are you talking about?
Zahn, of course.
How you know I was talking about him?
I have my ways to make connections.
Okay. I'm not sure in these ways, so I can't really tell you if he was trained in it, but it was very, yeah.
Most likely he was trained well then. He goes back to sipping his sake.
I suppose so. I didn't know this was something Hessian were trained in.
Oh, not all of us, just some of us.
Apparently, this is a court-wide thing.
For what reason?
It is one of the classics. Part of a old and venerable art.
Oh, Zebra.
The noble heart?
What?
Logan said straight out, fucking is considered a noble art?
One must know how to please their partner.
Oh, see, where in the fuck does it say that? Because Jiaying's a part of the same court you are. I didn't know this.
Oh yeah, no.
Hashtag it would be included in the classics.
I
That,
get
you know, I just kind of rolled with it.
if they're associated with changelings, yeah, no, there's gonna be fucking. Like,
Yeah.
hella. Like, again,
Okay.
the one kith that is monogamous stands out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a thing.
Huh.
This would be considered under the classics knowledge. Is what I'm kind of just rolling with. That's how he knows of it.
I mean, that's fair.
Wait, how much classics does Jiaying have?
I mean, I'd probably say it's a separate knowledge, but I ain't your ST.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna be getting on like Flavia to see if I can buy that.
like Jiaying's got classics 3, so she ain't too bad in the classics knowledge here. Kim did not know about this though.
I mean, I probably like. Look, man. I know. All I know is I would argue very fervently with Flavio that the magic knowledge should also not be the objectively good at fucking knowledge. I think that's weird.
It's just knowing about. It's just knowing about Tantra. It's not necessarily being good at it,
Okay, I'm cool with that.
because that would be a skill, obviously.
It could be a talent, a skill, or a knowledge, in my opinion. No, it couldn't be a knowledge. It's talent or skill. Actually, no. Honestly, you're right. It's a skill.
Why is this a discussion? And we had all that on air too. Perfect.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm a changing ST. I really don't care.
Wait. Under classics, where do you like mean the knowledges or like?
Like, if you have the knowledge, that's probably something you'd know of.
But like, where did you read up on this on the court?
You are the classicist. Like, I kind of just pulled it out of my like.
I think he kind of bullshitted to like facilitate more hilarity and scene.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm cool with that. If something's wrong with that later, handle it later. I don't really care. It caused this scene to happen, which I
And it's
love.
beautiful.
Yeah, so. We'll just look over at Tony and be like, eh?
Oh, the cat's unplugged her PC.
Oh, did she just hit you up?
Yeah.
Okay. We can just talk then. Logan will look over at Jin and say, I didn't know if that was quite that accepted amongst the SCM, considering... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, my apologies. You go.
I was just going to say, considering... I mean, no offense, but it seems that quite a few members of the court are... Or at least they give off the image of being quite conservative.
That is true, but there are a few of us who are monogamous, and it is not necessarily talked about, but it's not considered taboo
Okay.
or just quiet.
You mentioned that you spent the last few years hunting down the people that killed your host body. Is that right?
This is correct.
Do you think you could tell me a bit more about that?
This body, the child in it was very curious. In the woods outside his village, and came across to mine. I'd been a protector of this mine in a previous life, and so my soul was still only to it. The mortals there, whom I later discovered were humans, they killed him because they were worried that he would reveal them. And so I've been hunting him. Feel the bureaucracy heard his dying, sent me to. And to handle the problem.
Mm-hmm. Oh. After, I assume you completed your quest. After it was done, now that you're here, are you satisfied?
I have only hunted 2 of the 5. I am still hunting 3 more. They are here, from what I know.
Is that what brought you here? The last 3?
Yes. They are protected by demons. It is not going to be easy to find them.
Right. I have a stupid question now then.
No questions are stupid.
In the West, we have a term known as... They'll switch to Cantonese very quickly and say, out-of-body experience.
Yes. What about it?
Does it... Mm. Does that phrase describe your current condition well? Or are you comfortable enough in this body?
Not quite. It is just as comfortable as any body I have worn. It's not my natural state of existence, but I am comfortable enough.
Mm-hmm. Now that Rat's out of the museum, sorry if things got a little tense when myself and Arthur first got there.
Nothing to apologize for.
I mean, I get that, but, well, there was a lot of bad blood, I think. Or rather, just animosity that was kind of thrown at you a little undeserved.
Perhaps, but it is not something that we
do not expect.
Fair enough. I just didn't want you to feel any more uncomfortable than you already did.
Thank you.
I'm back.
Welcome back. To catch you up on what's kind of happened, Jin talked about his past experience before coming to the city, which was, getting shot and then hunting down the motherfuckers that shot him. Logan had asked how Jin felt in that body, knowing that it wasn't actually his that he was wearing, and Jin was like, it's good enough. And then Logan apologized for some shit that went down at the beginning of the scene when Tony wasn't there with the incident with Arthur and Jin that Giant kind of insinuated herself into.
Okay.
Although Logan will look at Tony and say, yeah, I've known this guy for all of about 2 hours, and things have already gotten quite interesting around him.
Wait. I'm sorry. What was that last part?
Oh, pretty much Logan said this. Okay, translation. Logan said, this guy has a lot of crazy shit happen around him. I want to keep him around.
Okay. Tony will nod. I mean, you just can't keep a person, but okay.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Like, we can totally, exchange numbers and, yeah. Like, it'll be cool. We can invite him to go do weird stuff.
If you have enough rope, it's possible to keep someone anywhere you wish.
Oh, it's possible.
Just eyebrow raise very slightly.
But that's not on the table right now. I'm just saying.
Word is on the table.
Logan is secretly regretting the amount of slang they use, as they have stopped being British in my mind, and they have become fully 100% Californian. And they'll just say, slang. It was slang.
I see. I was rather worried that you two would do it here on the table.
No. Okay, look, I mean, I've done that before, but no.
His eyebrow just raises another millimeter.
I mean, we do it on the table in private. And the floor, door frame. Yeah.
Staircase.
It's never the bed.
I see. He just kind of sips his sake still. Just very relaxed.
Logan's also pretty chill. They're still just kind of laying on the couch. Probably let their hair down, not gonna lie.
So, what do you do around here, Jen?
Currently not much, but I'm thinking of opening a forging business of some sort.
Forging.
Yes.
If you're looking for a job in forging, I'd suggest speaking to Atrian Desal.
I will have to do that then. Thank you.
He has a gun shop, but he's got a forge, and he forges other weapons as well.
Very well.
If need be, I can give you his number. He's the speaker for the House of Pinnacles.
Nods. That would be good if you could.
No problem. And she'll like hand over her phone with the number on the screen and everything.
It takes him about 20 minutes to put the number in the little flip phone he has.
Logan would just show them, but one, they need to learn from themselves. Two, Logan can't. They probably wouldn't be able to enter in that phone number.
Tony will just kind of stick her hand out. Would you like me to put it in there for you? You seem to be having a bit of trouble.
No, thank you. It is simply a lack of familiarity. It will go in time.
Okay. Practice makes perfect.
A strange saying, but not incorrect.
It's a common phrase.
There's nods.
Well, at least I'm not sure if it is over here, but I know it's pretty widely used over in America.
Ah, yes, America.
Mm.
He's just kind of like sitting there still.
So how's everyone's day gone?
You've asked that already. I told you that I can't see the sun. That was how I shot down your small talk, and that's why I'm shooting it down again. I can't see the sun, Tony.
I wasn't asking about the sun this time. The first one was just how was the weather?
Don't matter. You know who else can't see the sun? Vampires. Does that make me a vampire?
I would wish that. I hope that vampires would go out and see the sun, but
Need racism.
no, not. I just want to help them move on into the wheel.
And you think that is done by lots of murder.
They are vampires. There's only one way they're going back into the ground.
Blink, blink. Sips his sake.
Yeah. Can't just leave motherfuckers be. I can understand vampires are assholes, and admittedly, we've seen a lot of assholes. But the ones we've seen that were assholes, there's some that weren't. Like that Bartholomew guy. He was alright.
Wait, Bartholomew's a... Okay. I kind of assumed so after the whole leash thing, but... Oh,
Nah,
Like,
man,
okay.
that guy was different though. Like he's like radiating some real faith right there. That's some shit.
yeah. It's like, okay, don't get me wrong. I know there are some nice vampires out there. But
One of the good ones that doesn't steal things.
I mean, all I'm saying is they're still outside the wheel. They're just not, you know.
I mean, that's fair. You are talking. To be fair, you are also talking to a filthy heretic that doesn't believe in the wheel.
Hashtag murder the heretic.
That's fine. Everyone has their own different beliefs.
That's real.
Not everyone believes in the same thing, and that is perfectly fine.
They'll relax a bit more in their chair. Not in their chair, the couch. They haven't moved from where Tony has placed them.
Yeah, that was on a couch.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the thing. Logan will put their hair down, completely relaxed. They'll just they'll kind of drop all the silly demeanor and stuff, and they'll say, "He told me I needed more harmony in my life."
Who?
Bartholomew.
Oh, see, oh god, no, the field trip. Oh god, I know what this means. Well, I mean, did he give you any recommendations on how to do that?
No. Oh no, it's it was just his opinion.
Well, still, if you said he had true faith, he must be somewhat knowledgeable, so perhaps it would be wise to take his advice under consideration.
Already am.
That's good to hear. If you need any help with anything, just, let me know.
Yep, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, Jen will stand up and apologies, but it is quite late and I must head back to my apartment, so I will beg my leave of you.
Of course.
I'll bow to each of them. Good night, and try to reach the bed this time. And he just very quietly excuses himself.
Say the truth, Tony. Fact of the matter is, I'm so bored right now.
You want to try and make it home? Or to one of our houses?
I don't mean in that regard.
Ah.
Although, sure.
Well, if you aren't, then how are you? What is boring you?
A lot of things.
Like?
The fact that I feel like I've just been coasting around here. I've survived engagement after engagement with kind of almost nothing, and I know people are saying that I should get better, but to be honest, I feel stagnant.
I see. How do you... What do you think will help that?
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Do you wish to speak to Bellic about it? He's probably much better in these sort of matters than I am. If you haven't noticed, yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. Sorry to put that on you. Never mind.
No. I want to help. I really do. I'm
No.
just...
Tony, it wasn't me asking. I was just telling you what was up. That's it.
I know, but I mean, if that's the thing, then I want to do something to try and help. I don't like knowing that you feel so stagnant.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I'll figure it out, yeah?
Okay, if you're sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. Just if you need any help, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
Sorry that I couldn't be of more help.
No, stop apologizing. You don't need to apologize for anything.
Okay. So what would you like to do now, I suppose?
Home, I guess. I'm up for home. It's been a long day.
Okay. Need me to drive you over there, or?
Either or, it's fine. If you want to come with, I don't mind.
Not it's up to you. I'm for whatever.
Well, then let's do whatever.
Okay.
And then you'll just go ahead and head on out. And then that's where we can end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching, and we'll see you again soon.